lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
Four wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
Partly cloudy skies, mostly sunny though, and 82 degrees in beautiful Plymouth, Michigan. We've got baseball on the prep, and we've got Plymouth Christian Academy on an 8-game heater after picking up a win last night, and they'll welcome in Madison Heights Bishop Foley, and we'll have a great little battle of the Catholic League against the MIAC. Right now, Plymouth Christian ranked number 4 in the latest poll in the state of Michigan. We'll come back with the starting lineups in the start of this one. Joe Levine standing by. We're back in just a moment with the head coach of the Eagles.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
Welcome back to Plymouth Christian Academy as we get set for PCA against Madison Heights Bishop Foley. Arrow Percola, the second-year head coach, joins us now. And look, you guys are on some kind of run. 8 games straight now after you knocked off the number 12 team in D3 yesterday. This is some kind of run you guys are on.
Yeah, the team's been hot right now. I mean, we're going on a good stretch. Everyone's putting it together. The team likes to describe it as a unified mission. Everyone's on the same page right now.
It doesn't come without some leadership. You've had some seniors continue to step up. You got some guys back this year. Who are you really leaning on right now?
Really, it's the whole team. Every single guy has stepped up in a different way. It's not just one guy. Everyone's on the same page right now.
Today on the mound, it's Micah Levine, and he'll get a chance to come out here. 4-sport star. He's going to play baseball today, and he's been a good one for you in the 2 years you've had him.
He's a definition of an athlete. Like I said, four-sport athlete. Just recently committed to Schoolcraft Community College. If he's in the location on the mound today, he's going to be tough to beat.
What is it about your team that you really like? What do you do well, and what can we expect here today to see out of you guys?
One thing we've said all year long is adversity. They handle adversity well, so we're not gonna be a pushover.
You guys are on a mission. Last year, I know you went out earlier than you expected. It's been a great run this year. What is the extra ingredient that this year's team has to offer?
They're just using it as fuel as a fire. They know every game could be your last. You never know what's going to happen, so they're taking every game one game at a time.
Today it's the Catholic League opponent in Bishop Foley. I know you guys always love taking on a Catholic League opponent, sticking it to them. What do you see across the way in Bishop Foley, and what do you expect to get out of this game?
They've been a great program for so long. They're well coached. They play the game the right way, so we know it's going to be a fun battle today. It's a great school overall.
Thanks so much for having us out, for joining us, and all the best today and in the future.
Yep, thank you.
All right, there he is, Coach Percola, getting his team ready to take on Bishop Foley. We're back with the start of this one on the prep right after this.
Hi, I'm Nick DePonio, and this is HVAC.
Your Catholic faith, it's at the core of who you are, what you do, and the decisions you make. At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, we make your faith and finances work together. From home needs to business needs, From school to retirement, we've got the financial well-being of our Catholic community covered. Visit us today and see how your faith and finances can work together. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
What makes people stand in this line like this for 3 hours? Because we're not Dunkin' Donuts or Tim Hortons. These donuts are made fresh daily, and it's made with love and consistency. We got the same ingredients. It didn't change. The people know that, and that's why they standing out there.
The store is set up. He's got the order, and he's off. It's a full court press. These brands are knocking it out of the park. This, my friends, is the speed we've come to expect from this team. Just look at the precision of that move. And it's out of here.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
Welcome back to beautiful Plymouth Christian Academy, and we're getting set for baseball on this 80-degree plus day. Glad to have Joe Levine in the booth as a guest commentator.
Yes.
Joe, welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
we appreciate you being here, supporting the broadcast. And a familiar face on the mound is Micah Levine, the senior and the commit to Schoolcraft College. And he will head things up for Plymouth Christian Academy. Meanwhile, he will face this batting lineup for for Bishop Foley. And it'll be Carson Coles, the shortstop, to lead things off. We're set for baseball. Foley in the road grays. Levine deals, and this one's fouled back. 8-game win streak for the Eagles, Joe, and you watched it firsthand. How are they doing it?
Yes, really it's just the consistency of at the plate hitting. The fielding's been there all year. Just kind of took a while to get going, but lately just everybody's hitting on all cylinders.
And it takes time.
Yeah.
And look, I mean, there's guys on this team, several underclassmen. I know your son's one of 3 regular starters in the lineup, but there is a lot of youth here, and it does take time.
Yes, no doubt.
Shalak is the catcher today. There's 2 Shalaks. Justin's behind home plate. Strike 3 called. Got him with that breaking ball. And Micah Levine starts out with a K. And down on strikes is Carson Coles. Here's another look at the pitch. And looks like that slider.
Yeah, that's what it looked like for sure. Yeah.
So now the batter for Bishop Foley is Cooper Dolat. This is the 3rd baseman for Bishop Foley. Tad Dobeck will bat next. Micah Levine deals. It's outside. PCA picked up a big win yesterday, and it was against a very solid team, Lutheran Northwest, number 12 in Division III, 16-2. What'd you think of that game?
Yeah, so like I said, the hittings really came around. We played them just earlier in the week, and it was very down to the end. And, yeah, the hittings really changed things for us. Even the year when we made the state championship run and we lost in the finals, I think our hitting's been more consistent even this year, so as of late.
Just allows for a little bit more comfortability in ball games to work around, have a little insurance with those bats. The count is 3-0 with 1 out just underway, top of the first on this fantastic Friday in Plymouth. Glad you're with us on the prep. It's a get-me-over strike for Levine, or it's not. I misread the umpire. We're all getting to know each other. And the umpire's sign looked like a strike. It wasn't. it's ball 4. So after the strikeout, Levine walks the next hitter, and now he'll face the 3-hitter in Tad Dobeck, the first baseman. Here's the batting lineup for Bishop Foley. Coles, who led off, Dolat, who's at first, Dobeck, followed by Kanar, Kokonis follows, Brinkmeyer, Morawski, Tortora, and Ensley, the catcher. There goes the bluff. Nothing doing by the runner at first, Dolat. So Mike is committed to Schoolcraft. He's headed there. He made the decision earlier this week. You guys got to be excited.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
Get to see him. He's staying local.
Exactly.
All good things.
Yep. So we're very pleased with that. His friend on the team, Cooper Weaver, is committed to Macomb, so they're just looking to play against each other and see each other. So we're pretty excited about that as well.
That'll be fun. Be some talking going on. I know they're good buds. Dolat with a good-sized lead he can run. He goes. That's flown to right field. Yeager backs it up, has a play perhaps at first. No double play. Good awareness by Dolat to scamper back and avoid the double play. And there's 2 outs after the haul-in by Yeager. So Levine comes back after the walk. Gets the fly out. What's Micah like on game day? Has he got a routine? Anything interesting to share? Or is he just kind of a vanilla guy?
Yeah, he's just quiet, kind of. That's,
Okay.
That means he's getting focused when he gets quiet, so.
The hit and run's on again, and that ball is onto the softball field. Is everybody okay over there? Now, we got a lot of events going on here, right? We got like 4 or 5 games going on. A busy place, fun place to be. Beautiful place to hang out and get some sun. But across the way, it's the softball team, PCA, having a great season. They're taking on Detroit Country Day. But right here, it's Bishop Foley from Madison Heights against Plymouth Christian Academy, the number 4 team in this week's latest poll in Division 4. Dolat has run 2 straight pitches. Will he throw again? Will he go again? Michael Levine thinks so, and he checks him back to first. 9-1 in the month of May. It's been a fine May for the Eagles of PCA. There goes Dolat. It's a good pitch to run on. Shalak never had a chance, and now Dolat is in scoring position with 2 outs. Sometimes you get lucky as a runner and you go on a pitch that's in the dirt.
Yep.
And sometimes it's scouting. It's not luck, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All the advanced stats and trends that are out there now in this game. Levine to the set. There goes Dolat again, and it's grounded foul. He had third base stolen, and he had the stolen base stolen from his teammate Kanar. Unintentional, of course. He's just trying to drive in a run. 1-2 the count with 2 outs and 1 on. No score. Mason Kanar awaits the Levine slider. It dips down and away. Good waist pitch there. Now what does he do? Does he come in after going down and away?
That's what I would assume, yeah.
Okay, well, it's your son. You should know,
yeah.
Joe.
Yeah.
Come on, there should be some telepathy from here?
Yeah.
Kidding, of course. Dolat edges off a second, the pitch, and that is driven to right. Playable for Yeager in the gap, makes the catch, and the inning over. So a runner stranded after a walk and a stolen base. Levine gets out of it. No damage done in the first. Let's meet the Eagles offense when we come back to beautiful Plymouth, Michigan. Thanks for watching. We're the Prep.
In today's ever-changing mortgage lending world, the importance of true professionals has never been greater. At Success Mortgage Partners, we want you to have the experience of a lifetime. Founded and owned by Catholic League alumni, our family-centered business keeps your interest at heart as we help you navigate this turbulent market with ease. If you or a family member has a mortgage need, please call me, Owen Lee, at 734-822-9792.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss.
McGinley scores!
Let's meet the starting 9 for the Eagles of Plymouth Christian Academy, the number 4 team in Division 4. It's Janigan to lead things off. Luke Janigan, the second baseman. Batting second, it's Dylan Beasley, who we saw in basketball season. Batting .387, he's the left fielder. Cooper Weaver will bat third, and he'll play third base, fittingly enough. Michael Fernandez is the cleanup hitter. He's at shortstop today. Justin Shalak is the catcher, batting fifth. Micah Levine, who you've seen on the mound. You've seen him in 3 other sports already this year. He will bat sixth for himself. Batting seventh is Brandon Shalak. Yep, he's the brother of Justin. He'll bat in the 7-hole, and he's the DH today. Josh Yeager will bat eighth. The junior's in right field and had a couple putouts in the first. Carter DiTilio is the center fielder, batting ninth. We'll see Josh Pop at first base as a defensive specialist. Sure. So on the mound, it's Steven Tortora. Tortora, the pitcher. Max Ensley is the guy he's talking to right now. And this is Luke Janigan, batting .298 on the year. Good speed, 11 stolen bases. They want to get this guy on first base. It usually means you can just walk him to second base. Pitches on the outside part of the plate for a strike from Steven Tortora. John Kibble is the home plate umpire. This one's popped up. Right field, shallow right field. Communication is strong. And Kokonis hauls it in shallow right center in front of Brinkmeyer. So 1 up, 1 down. That'll bring up Dylan Beasley, the left fielder. What can you tell us about Dylan Beasley that folks should know?
So Dylan Beasley, as you know, he's a competitor from basketball. He's just that kid that, he's just ready to go at all times. So it's really benefited our team, especially early in the season. A lot of guys were struggling hitting. He came right out of the gates. And I use him as an example to a lot of the kids. I said, hey, be more like Dylan. Just don't think about it. Just play. And I think it comes to that intensity from basketball, mentality that he has.
Such a great athlete as well. A lot of those on this team, but this guy, one of the best. There's a shot down the line. That's a base hit. Past the outstretched glove of Dolot. It'll be a single. It was hit so hard. Morawski was to it. No chance for a double. Sometimes you hit it so hard, you hit yourself into a single from a double.
Exactly.
Here's another look.
Exactly.
Beasley, a guy that can run well. It's a 6'1", 60. And so he could be on the move here with a guy who can swing the bat well in Cooper Weaver. 19 runs driven in on the year for Weaver. Nice left-handed stroke. He's a Macomb Community College commit, as Joe told you moments ago. One of the leaders of this team.
Yeah, I think in every lineup you got that guy that just can yank the ball, and that's Cooper.
He goes the other way this time. Morawski circles the baseball, has trouble, and the wind blows it all the way to the fence. Beasley rounding second, headed to third. He'll slide in safely. The ball gets thrown around a bit. And the Eagles have runners at second and third. We'll see how they score it. But for the moment, it's a double. And how about that ball jumping and the wind just carrying?
Well, it's just when you're hitting opposite field like that, just cutting away from him. As we can see, he's playing way over to the right. Just couldn't recover.
Yeah. Morawski says, wait a minute, there's some serious wind. Look at that. Look at that flag. Look at our sheets. Look at my lineups blowing all over the place. Right on cue. There's a ground ball fair down the third base line. Into score comes Beasley. Right behind him is Weaver. How about it? 2 runs are in, and it's 2-0 Eagles. Michael Fernandez with a 2-run double. And that'll bring up Janigan. How about this piece of hitting, Joe?
Yeah. I mean, Michael, he's just got so much power. And that's why he bats in that spot. At any time, there's a chance the ball may be going out. So I'm sure the other team knows about that as well.
Got some great speed. That'll bring up
Justin
Shalak, another strong hitter, 365 on the year. Justin made varsity last year as a freshman, and his brother a senior on this team, who will bat in the 7-hole. 2-0 PCA. That ball gets beyond the catcher Ensley, and down to third goes Fernandez. So in scoring position now, Joe, and what are you trying to do if you're Shalak here?
Well, you know, there's at times we do sacrifice here sometimes. But
Okay.
Justin's very hot right here, and he definitely can hit it the opposite field or the opposite way, and that's usually what he tends to do in these situations.
See if they let him swing away. It's a low strike called by the home plate umpire today, John Kibble. It's Courtney Todd down as the field umpire. Hello, sir. Runner on third with 1 out, 2 runs in. This is Justin Shalak. Swings and misses at the off-speed pitch, and Shalak has 2 strikes. Tortora, the pitcher, pulled the string a little on that one.
Yeah, he did. That is for sure.
Tortora to the set with a runner at third, and he got him on strikes.
Yeah, he changed the eye levels there.
Yeah. So big strikeout for Tortora. It's the 2nd out of the inning. And that'll bring up number 29, Micah Levine, who will look to try to add to his 21 RBIs on the year. What a great season for Micah, capping off a 4-sport season.
Yeah. Yeah, it was
Started with football and soccer in the fall, right?
Yep, and
2
that's
sports.
We made it to the state championship in soccer, so that was exciting.
Very exciting. Basketball.
Yep.
And now baseball. Is he tired yet?
Yeah, a little bit.
Fly ball left field. This one's carrying. Back to the track, to the wall, and it's off the wall. Levine's going to drive in the runner, Fernandez from third. He's going to head to third, and he is out. But count the run. The run is in. It's 3-0 PCA on the Micah Levine double, and thrown out trying to get to that triple. Why not? He's on the prep. Go for the big one.
Exactly.
We'll take a timeout. 3 runs in for PCA in the first. Levine the latest to drive in the final run. Back with the top of the second right after this. First, life gives us many. From buying your first car or first home to starting a business, Alliance Catholic Credit Union is here for you every step of the way. From checking and savings accounts and youth accounts to auto loans, mortgages, business needs, and financial planning. A full-service financial institution with over 70 years of experience. We're committed to serving your firsts, seconds, 50ths, and every day in between. Alliance Catholic Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. The store is set up. He's got the order, and he's off. It's a full court press. These brands are knocking it out of the park. This, my friends, is the speed we've come to expect from this team. Just look at the precision of that move. And it's out of here.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss.
McGinley scores!
So PCA with 3 runs in the bottom half of the first. And they lead it 3-0. I think, again, we saw Micah's ball get up. It looked fairly routine left center, and it just kept going and going and going, hit the base of the wall. it's going to be that kind of day.
Yes,
We're going to see some
yes,
home
it
runs,
is.
perhaps.
Yeah, I
Joe.
know that's what they're swinging for. I know they see the wind blowing a little bit. So,
Well, you bring up a good point, though. Is sometimes is it detrimental on a day like this where guys kind of get out of their normal
yes,
approach?
there's no doubt about that. Yeah.
Stay tuned to that. But it does equate to 3 runs for the Eagles. We're trying to win for the 10th time in the month of May here today. This is Connor Kokonis, and he looks at one upstairs. Kokonis is at second base today. What a beautiful Friday. Great way to start it. Well-placed Levine fastball on the outside corner. For a strike, we'll see the curveball. It's more of a 12-6 curveball, would you say, Joe?
Exactly what it is, yeah.
Okay, scouting report was not wrong. And the slide piece is a nice one as well, this third pitch. There's a ground ball on a shot on a hop to second. Fine play by Janigan, who went down on a knee and played that thing like a fiddle, 1 up, 1 down.
Yeah, that's just, it seemed like that's just routine for him. You know, that's one of the great things about this team, the strength. Not many teams have a second baseman of that ability, especially in Division 4. So it's very much a big part of our team.
Big time.
You know, especially all the double plays we're able to turn because of his quickness and all those things. So.
And a guy that's been adding a lot more at the plate lately, too, with his hot streak. So this is Cole Brinkmeyer, the right fielder, with 1 out, 3-0 Plymouth Christian Academy leads here at the top of the second. Levine gets the sign and wheels and deals. Keeps it low. Micah 4-0 on the year. 15 innings pitched. It'll be 16 now. And an ERA of 3.20. Trying to go to 5-0 on this season. And that's a walk. It's Micah's second walk of the day. And that will bring up Nolan Morawski, the left fielder. So you've had some highlights and several sports to watch your son and your children, really.
Yes.
And,
yes,
and I know with Micah, he's had some success in getting to the highest level, the state championship level in soccer.
Yep. And baseball.
And in baseball 2 years ago.
Yes, yeah.
How was that run? How would you equate this year's team to that team 2 years ago that made it to the state championship game in Division 4?
Yeah, well, you know, I think there's a lot of comparisons there. I think maybe the consistency of our fielding might be a little more sharp now, I think. We are missing 2 very large parts, the Scott brothers, obviously, and Noah Atmeyer, who went to Kelvin and played. So those are 3 big parts of the team, you know.
You lost to graduation.
Yes, yeah, along with Brady White, another player.
Sure.
But the good thing is, you know, we really filled it in pretty well. And like I'm saying, Micah, Luke, Michael Fernandez were all part of that team, and they're older now and better. So and they were all in that lineup as well. So
it helps.
Yep.
Being to the highest level you can get.
But I think that helps in this, you know, this run here. You know, with that experience, you know, now the younger guys, Josh Yeager, Carter DiTilio, and obviously Dylan Beasley, they're just phenomenal outfielders. So
a complete team. They've been tough to beat. 2-2 the count. With 1 out here in the top of the second. This is the batter, Nolan Morawski. And he's had quite a ride out there already in left field, trying to play this wind. And not let the wind play him. But that wind is violent today. See if we can get a shot of that flag out there. And just the effect of the wind thus far. I mean, it's really something. Strikeout for Levine. Brinkmeyer holds Spay at second base. 2 are out, and that'll bring up Steven Tortora, the pitcher. Tortora, the 8-hitter, facing his counterpart, Michael Levine. And that one's fouled back. A lot of activities going on here at PCA on the campus today. We've got softball, baseball, soccer. Did I miss something?
No, that's it for right now. And
I think there's a service going in the bar.
There probably is over there at Calvary Baptist, yeah.
Calvary Baptist. So there's things going on.
There is.
Outside corner, did they call a balk? They did. So a balk on Micah. I did not see what happened. We'll get another look at what happened in the balk. They say not a complete set. Okay. 1-1 count with 2 outs. Bishop Foley trying to cut into this 3-0 PCA lead. There you see the wind and the effect of it. And those moving photos don't lie. That thing is a whipping. Can we get an MPH on the wind, please, sir? There's a ground ball up the middle, and that is through the hole. It's a base hit. Tortora helps his cause and drives in a run. In to score is Cole Brinkmeyer, and it's a 2-out single for Bishop Foley. 3-1.
Now batting for the Ventures, number 25, Max Edsley.
Just off the outstretched arms of Fernandez. So that'll bring up the 9-hitter, Max Ensley, the catcher. It's been a rough stretch for Bishop Foley in trying to get themselves ready for the state playoffs. They played much better in league play. It's been a challenging schedule, including this game here today. I guess the wind gusts are up to 19 miles an hour. Thank you. Bishop Foley 7-9 coming in, 4-1 though in league play. Throw back to first. They're coming off a loss, a doubleheader loss to Notre Dame Prep, a team that is ranked in Division II, number 10, I believe, in this last week's poll. That is not, the batter thought it hit him. The umpire says, get back in here, son. That didn't hit you. We'll tell you what the replay says. Here's another look. Did it get him on the noggin or on the bat or nothing? It got him on the head. He's not lying. It did get him on the head, right?
Yeah, sure looks like it, yeah.
So, did they call a strike on that? What's the call? 1-1 the count. Called it a strike? Okay, 1-1. Runner on first. 2 outs. And the breaking ball fouled back. It's a nice off-speed breaker to change pace a bit. 1-2 the count. Schwartz will run at first base, so a courtesy runner for the pitcher Tortora. Max Ensley, the 9-hitter, the catcher. There goes Tortora. Pitch is low and in the dirt. And a good pitch to run on again. Bishop Foley picking the right kind of pitches to go on. And so now in scoring position is Schwartz. Beautiful day. Clouds have opened up a bit. Outside corner. Did he call it? No. Just a bit outside. You move that right arm a little bit. You got to get on the same. We got to get on the same page as the umpire. Levine deals. Got him on strikes. So the strikeout, but Bishop Foley does get on the board, and they cut it to a 3-1 game. We go to the bottom half of the second. Thanks for watching the Preps coverage of PCA and Bishop Foley.
In today's ever-changing mortgage lending world, the importance of true professionals has never been greater. At Success Mortgage Partners, we want you to have the experience of a lifetime. Founded and owned by Catholic League alumni, our family-centered business keeps your interest at heart as we help you navigate this turbulent market with ease. If you or a family member has a mortgage need, please call me, Owen Lee, at 734-822-9792.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McKinley scores!
Let's meet the defensive starters for Bishop Foley. Ensley doing the catching. Delott at third, Coles at short, Kokonis at second, Dobeck at first, Brinkmeyer in right field, Kanar in center, and Borowski in left. Tortora doing the pitching. And so far, Joe, we've got a good one. 3-1. Bishop Foley comes back with 1 run on just the 1 hit. And it's 7-8-9 due up for Plymouth Christian. What can we expect to see out of this bottom third of the order?
Yeah, so here's the thing with that, though. It doesn't get any easier for them because Brandon Shalak is as good as anyone on the team. Same with Josh and same with Carter DiTilio. So that's where we've been really strong this year, and I think that's kind of where we might have upper hand from the first team that we took because everybody can play, and they all can hit. So
no easy outs.
No.
Little Bob Marley walk up for Brandon Shalak. Clearly has good music taste. Set pitch, and that got him upstairs on the shoulder. So Shalak will trot to first. He'll try not to rub it. And that'll bring up Josh Yeager, the right fielder.
Yeah, so Josh came up from the JV from last year. Strictly because of the depth of our team. That's the only reason he didn't play last year. And his brother's a college baseball player. He's definitely a dynamic player. He can hit the ball, field the ball, as you can see.
There it is on cue. A shot to right, a firm hit. Shalak's going to go to third standing up, and it's runners at the corners for the Eagles with nobody out here in the second.
So that's exactly where I was thinking he was going to hit the ball.
He
definitely has a quick he's got quick hands, something you can't teach always. And Carter DiTilio is the same way. He got that left-handed stick out there. So that really is beneficial to our team with these left-handed batters that can all swing.
Pretty looking swing.
Yeah.
So Shalak at third, Yeager at first. And time for the 8-hitter Carter DiTilio, the center fielder.
Carter DiTilio is one of those, a family of baseball players. So he's just, as a little kid, you could just see how advanced he was, and that's because of his dad and his grandpa are just baseball guys. So he definitely he's ready as a sophomore to step right in just from that skill set that he has.
There goes the runner. It's a delayed steal, and Ensley has no interest in throwing or even bluffing. So basically give the stolen base. Of course, you got a runner at third, so you got to be savvy. His coach probably told him to eat it, which is a polite way to say don't throw down. Just off the edge. Carter DiTilio played basketball as well.
Yes.
For the Eagles.
Yeah, just all-around athletic kid. You can see it in baseball, too, in the outfield. And
that gets past the catcher, Ensley. Shalak into score, and it's 4-1. The Eagles get that run right back here in the second inning. Down to third goes the base runner, Josh Yeager. So, another look here, and yeah.
little backstory on Brandon Shalak. So
Sure.
he played as a freshman on varsities, with Micah and, as well. At the same age, they're both seniors. He fought through some injuries, and, he's just a great player, but he had to really get back into it just because of the injuries he served, last year and the year before he even suffered with. But, I mean, he's also a college baseball player. He's going to Olivet to play, and he's been on fire lately. So, and, Luke, Micah, Brandon, they struggled a little bit in the beginning of the year. But the other guys just picked up the slack, So now they're all kind of on all cylinders, so it's been nice to see if that all coming together.
Yeah, and it takes a little bit of time to get used to things when you play multiple sports and you're transitioning into other sports. Hey, hi. Chad Bush and Joe Levine. His father, the commissioner's in the house as well.
Yes, he is.
Everybody rose and when he walked in, and glad to be here. First time for a baseball game. We were here in the winter for basketball, the beautiful venue. We love that perch, the press box up there.
Yeah.
One of the coolest parts of calling a game this season. Still got to get you for that football game.
Yeah.
Here's the set, the pitch, infield's in, and it doesn't matter. Going the other way down the line. In to score is Yeager. It's an RBI for Datilio and a double.
Going back to what I say, they're just a kid that knows where to swing, right? So he's not trying to pull that ball on the outside. He knows he's going to hit it the other way. And as you can see, the level swing as he puts it right here, just takes it back down the other way. That's just baseball IQ, and that's what he has, So you could truly see it in his play.
And you've seen two really hard-hit balls, both going opposite way.
Yep.
Still nobody out. Runner at second. A chance now for the leadoff man, Janigan, to drive one. He does, but Kanar has a beat on it and makes the grab. No advancement from Datilio, and so that's the inning's first out.
Yeah, sometimes you just hit the ball hard and it goes at someone, right? And that's an unfortunate thing.
So Plymouth Christian has played a tough schedule this year. Opened the season against Carleton Airport. And sort of, the beginning part of the year, look, it wasn't easy. Lost 5 of their first 7 games.
Yeah.
And then started to turn things around a bit. But the competition's been there. Look, playing Howell, Ann Arbor Green Hills is really good as well. There's Garden City.
Yeah, Garden City's got a very good team this year. It's
one of the best pitchers in the country.
Yes. So,
Plymouth.
We had 2 wins against Plymouth. Yep, that was
Fowler's never easy. Portage Northern, you guys beat. A tight game against Mason, a good program.
We actually had that game. We just kind of lost it at the end there, but it was in a tournament type style, so we were down pitching.
Sure.
But they're really a solid team. So.
Throw down to third, not in time, just under the tag.
But I believe that's what Arrow and Derek were doing. They wanted to, even though at the beginning of the year, make it as hard as they could, so then we could catch a stride, towards the end.
Guys went on the road to Norway and won 3-0. Norway has been ranked at some points this year. Datilio to third base. Infield is in for Foley, who trails 5-1. Strike called. This is things are blowing all over the place. Thank you. Dylan Beasley, the 2-hitter. Cooper Weaver in the on-deck circle. Tortora to the set. And that is ball 4. So runners at the corners. There's no activity in the Venture bullpen. And that'll bring up the dangerous Cooper Weaver. 2 home runs on the year, 19 runs driven in, a .366 hitter. And as Joe mentioned, the left-handed swinging trend continues as Coop comes to the dish.
Yeah, as you can see the right fielder, he's playing him straight up, just because they know he could go to any field.
Maybe even a little bit to center.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he doesn't have any trouble getting around on the ball, that's for sure.
No doubt. Beasley will try to sucker a throw, but Ensley knows better. Runners now at second and third. with one out. Big chance for Weaver to perhaps blow this thing wide open here in the second. Infield still in, and it's a strike well placed on the outside part of the plate. 1-1. Cooper Weaver, Macomb Community College commit. One of the captains. Upright left-handed stance. It's tempting sometimes to swing at pitches like that.
Yeah, it is.
Tortora just trying to sucker Weaver into it, especially when the velo is just juicy.
Yes.
Pitch inside. First base is open, but you got to deal with Fernandez next. It's not necessarily something you want to pitch around.
No, it is not.
Fernandez has been the ace of the staff this year. He will not pitch today unless things get really wild. Time is called. It was requested and it was granted. Big chance here for Weaver. Hitters count 3-1. Tortora to the set with his locks flying behind that gray cap. And he walked him. So, Michael Fernandez is smiling. He likes it. Fernandez already in this game with a couple RBIs, and now he's got a chance to do something big. We've already seen a grand slam this year.
This is definitely could happen. You know, that's what's tough as a pitcher when, you know, you're struggling a little bit and you just have such good hitters all the way down the lineup. You know, there's nowhere to really get a break.
DeTilio at third, Beasley at second, Weaver at first. Steven Tortora to the set, and Fernandez was swinging for Joy Road.
That is for sure he was.
And why not? You got a Friday on the prep, go big or go home, baby.
I think they're playing the pole a little bit out there, just a tad.
Just a bit. Yeah, I mean, right field is the wide. Right field, you have everything. They do not think Fernandez will go the other way. I mean, can we get a look at that? Look at the gap. The right fielder, Brinkmeyer, is all the way almost in center field. I mean, there is nothing. Fernandez could run for days if he wants to go oppo here.
Yeah, he could. I guess they got the scouter report. They know he's trying to take it over the fence and left.
Fine stop by the catcher, Ensley. And DeTilio will have to scamper back to third. "35 pitches in this game for Steven Tortora. Popped him up. Infield fly, he is out, and Coles will make it official. So a big out for Tortora in the Ventures with that one.
Yep.
So Fernandez is out, and that'll leave things up to Justin Shalak, the .365 hitting catcher. With the bases still loaded.
Yeah, Justin, he's just one of those kids. He's just focused. He's a focused kid. That's why he's been so consistent this year. Great leadership qualities as a younger player. And,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Popped him up again.
Trouble.
This is trouble. Brinkmeyer coming in, and it drops in front. DeTilio will score. Beasley will score. And it's 7-0 Eagles on a ball that just blew deep enough behind second base to drop in. And a 2 RBI single for Shalak. There's another look.
Yeah, sometimes with the shift, you know, it's not as less of a natural run straight ahead when he's usually coming from the side. You know, if he was scored more to the right, he might have had that.
Right.
I just think he couldn't see it, you know, at that angle. It is tough in right field there at times.
It is. He's looking up into a pretty high sky as well with the sun. But that will bring up Micah Levine. and he'll have a chance with runners at the corners and 2 outs to add to this 7-1 lead. Ground ball down the line. Backhanded stab by Delote. Throw to first. Not in time. Run scores. It's an RBI. It's 8-1. Throw to third. And Shalak takes the extra base.
That was a great stop by the third baseman.
Sure was.
Good throw.
Hard hit by Levine.
That was deep in the hole.
It was, and they were playing him on the line. I mean, that thing was down the line.
Yeah. Strong throw, too, from the back foot like that.
It was. So credit the baseball play all around, but it is a single. It's an RBI.
If he just would have hit the right, he would have had a triple.
That's it. That's it. Some approaches might get adjusted here at some point, but. So here's Shalak. Brandon. And they're trying to draw the throw to Kokonis, and a run will score. Mission accomplished. It's 9-1. That's the third out. And the Eagles draw in another run. A big inning, 5 runs in the inning. And it's now 9-1 PCA. It's at the core of who you are, what you do, and the decisions you make. At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, we make your faith and finances work together. From home needs to business needs, from school to retirement, we've got the financial well-being of our Catholic community covered. Visit us today and see how your faith and finances can work together. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
Nine to 1, PCA now on top in this game as Levine comes out to take his warm-up tosses. Here's the defense for Plymouth Christian Academy. Shalak behind home plate. Weaver at third, Fernandez at short, Janigan at second. It's Pop at first, Yeager in right, DeTilio in center, and Beasley in left. The defensive Plymouth Christian Academy Eagles looking for win number 17 on the year, and already 7-1 in the catbird seat to win the MIAC. Coming off their doubleheader win yesterday. We're pleased to bring in the athletic director now, Derek Delgado of Plymouth Christian Academy. Derek, welcome to the booth.
Thanks for having me, Chad. You guys always do good stuff for us out here, man. So good to have you back.
Thank you for having us. Yeah, it's been fun. We've been able to do soccer and basketball and now baseball at your place. We did baseball last year as well, but thanks for having us. Thanks for joining.
Absolutely. You guys are a pleasure to work with.
Thank you. Popped up second base, easy handling for Luke Janigan. So it's 1 up, 1 down as Levine is back out for his third inning of work. So Coles is out, and here comes Cooper Dolot, the third baseman, who made that fine play the last inning. And Levine would beat it out and get that RBI single. Micah back on the mound. And that is a strike called on the inside corner to Cooper Dolot. So this has been a fun year for you as an athletic director. The wins just keep coming at this school. And being at the head of athletics as the AD, it just has to be fun to lead this athletics department.
Yeah, it's been a blast this year. You know, as you know, this is year 2. You know, got my feet wet last year, and you know, really kind of got to learn the processes and put in some things that I felt that we felt, you know, would, you know, best serve PC athletics. And then, I mean, quite honestly, we just have, I mean, we have just the right people on the bus right now. We have fantastic coaches that understand what we're all about, and they all go about it in their different ways. But they really take, a lot of stress off you, as an AD when you got good coaches that know what they're doing and that are going about things the right way, for sure. Yeah.
Arrow Percola, your baseball coach, who's also in his second year, and a guy that you brought in, yes? Or was he in before you got here?
He was starting to work for the school for security, as you know.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah, his dad, Steve Percola, is our director of security. And so, this position was one of the first ones that I had to fill last year. And, he put in for it, and we had a lot of really good conversations, learned what he was all about, and, his experiences with baseball. And he was really, really ready to take that head coach jump. And, just where he's rooted, he's all about PCA and is really looking to be embedded into PCA, not just athletics, but the school as a whole. And so it was, fit like a glove.
Yeah.
And he's doing a fantastic job. He's doing a really good job.
38-18 in his 2 years and more to come for PCA. And he seems to be well received by the players, and they want to play for him, and he's got a good demeanor about him too, easy to work with.
Yeah, absolutely. I think just the recency, and he's only 24, 25 years old, and he pitched in college, played in college, really understands the game side of things, and now he's kind of getting to, exercise that coaching itch, right? And so I think the kids really seem to respond to that and really take what he says, to heart. But I really compliment him as well, because he, as a young coach, and he works here, and so him and I talk baseball all the time. He comes in, and we'll talk certain thoughts on situations or how to go about certain things, and he's really open to feedback, and he really takes some of that feedback to heart. And so it's been really cool to work with him. I've been really happy with the way he's trying to go about things and continuing to push the program in the right direction.
We're visiting with Derek Delgado, the second-year athletic director for Plymouth Christian Academy. Meanwhile, Michael Levine has picked up his 4th strikeout of the game and comes back pumping a strike here to Tad Dobeck, the first baseman. 9-1. PCA looking to win their 9th straight game and go to 10-1 in this month of May.
Yeah, these guys really seem to be hitting their stride at the right time. The bats and bat to ball and find and barrel, that hasn't been too much of an issue all year. They've had to work out some kinks defensively, and but watching the way the coaching staff has navigated through that and watching the kid respond, especially with, kind of the way we scheduled them this year.
Yeah.
I think that's definitely paying dividends right now, and they're hitting their stride at the right time.
3-1 the count to Dobeck. Birth name is Thaddeus, but he goes by Tad, which makes it a little easier for our graphics man. The Hunt man today. Strike called, or swung on. So we got a full count. 3-2. 9-1 PCA on this Friday, looking to sweep the week. In fact, sweep the last couple weeks. Got him. 5th strikeout for Micah to end the inning. We go to the home half of the 3rd. Back with Derek Delgado on the prep right after this. Your Catholic faith, it's at the core of who you are, what you do, and the decisions you make. At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, we make your faith and finances work together. From home needs to business needs, from school to retirement, we've got the financial well-being of our Catholic community covered. Visit us today and see how your faith and finances can work together. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
What makes people stand in this line like this for 3 hours? Because we're not Dunkin' Donuts or Tim Hortons. These donuts are made fresh daily, and it's made with love and consistency. We got the same ingredients. It didn't change. The people know that, and that's why they standing out there.
Lowering the shoulder.
swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
That's Arrow Percola. Guy who went to Macomb, Dakota, long ways from here, but it feels nice and homey for him. Went to Ohio Valley University, 2021 grad. He's a young man, but he's the right man for this job, and he's proven it. Works here on campus with security, and he loves to fish. And he likes to do that in the summer, but no time for fishing now. Percola and the Eagles are looking to make a run as they begin district play in a couple weeks. They'll be at Whitmore Lake, and they got the right man in Arrow Percola, who was appointed by the man to my left, Derek Delgado, just 2 short years ago. And we are back in this 9-1 game. There you see Arrow and his assistant coach as well, Coach Fernandez. We've got a new pitcher in the ball game, and it is number 11, Connor Kokonis. So Kokonis will move over from second base. Dolat will move Dolat will move to second. And Dobek will move to third. Cole stays at short. Tortora, the pitcher, will go to first. So this is Brandon Shalak, the 4-year varsity player, to lead things off. 7, 8, 9 due up for Arrow Percola and the Eagles. That's a shot hit hard. Short hop to the shortstop. Throw to first in time.
Wow, what a play.
Coles with the play. That's Carson Coles on the short hop scoop and throw.
Wow. Short hop on the backhand, stayed down on it. Brandon struck that. He barreled that.
Boy, did he ever. And
I'm excited for Brandon. He's going to my alma mater to play baseball.
Olivet Nazarene?
You got it.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
I didn't know you played there.
I didn't play there. I just
you went there. Okay.
Yeah.
Same thing. Pitch just misses down and away. What can you tell us about Olivet Nazarene? Let's start where is it located?
About an hour south of Chicago, a town called Bourbonnais, Illinois.
I like it already.
Yep. And then, private Christian education. To where I met my wife. My dad went there. I had a couple siblings go there, and so it runs deep over there. And so when I hear students that are looking there, I like to help them out, answer any questions they have. And
very nice.
It gives us another reason to go over there, catch some baseball at the alma mater, watch some former students, and yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, very cool, and good for Brandon. There's a fly the opposite way. This one is going to drop in front of Morawski. So it's a base hit for Yeager, the 8-hitter, and that'll bring up Detilio. Nice piece of hitting here. Going the other way, it's been a common theme today for the Eagles. Have we seen that all year long, or is this kind of just a different approach today?
No, they've been spraying it all year. They've been hitting to all fields, and I think they do a pretty good job of adjusting to the pitching that they're seeing. I know you see a lot of guys kind of out in their front foot, balls getting in the air more often than they typically do.
Mm-hmm.
I think we'll see something different with Carter here. He's one of the 2 underclassmen who made varsity this year, but he finds barrels quite a bit. He's got a real consistent swing. Don't be surprised if we see something center or right on a line here from him.
Had an RBI double his last time up on a shot the other way. Pitch is over for a strike. Kokonis is on in relief. So the first 2 innings, we saw Tortora. And now we see the reliever Kokonis, who came over from second base. Edging off of first is Yeager. There he goes.
Oh, he pushed
Hit and
it.
a run.
Nice.
Perfectly played. Shortstop Coles was going to cover the bag, and the vacant hole saw a pill push through. So base hit, good piece of hitting, hit and run, 101. So that will bring up the top of the order, Luke Janigan. And we got another look at this fine play.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 3.
Good to see a hit and run executed perfectly. And again, going the other way.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to do a job there. You got a guy in motion, push that ball the other way. For a sophomore, that's a mature piece of hitting right there for sure.
No doubt. So, Luke Janigan was on base his last time up. Looks at a strike at the knees. from Connor Kokonis. Kokonis is a sophomore. Runner on first is Detilio. Yeager on at second. And leadoff man Janigan pops it up. Right side, first baseman Tortora makes the catch in foul territory. Runners stay put. And a big out for the Ventures. It's out number 2. So here comes Beasley. Top hitter on this team, average-wise at 387 at the start of competition today. And he wants timeout already. We saw him in basketball doing great things, but he's really done a lot of different great things. An athlete that runs well and a guy that's willing to play any position. Just a great utility guy. It helps to have a bunch of utility guys that are, and we see that on this team.
I want to say the only position Dylan hasn't played this year is pitcher.
I think that's right. I believe that's right.
He's had a couple games at short this year. He's had games at second. Perk was working him at first this year, I know. Dylan's just an all-around athlete. He's one of those kids, I would hate to be his peer because he's one of those kids that no matter what he tries or what he does, he's no less than solid at it.
Yeah, yeah.
And so, he's, it's a coach's dream having somebody like that, right?
Yeah. They got the runner fooled off balance, and he's out. A fine play. It's a spin, wheel, and deal. Throw back to second. Dolot puts the tag on Yeager, and that's a big third out. But not before further damage is done. It's now 9-1. Eagles on top.
Hi, I'm Nick DePonio, and this is HVAC.
Tim McAvoy is the head coach at Bishop Foley in his first year, a second overall, coached a year as the head coach in 2018. He's also been at Renaissance, Bloomfield Hills, Concordia at the college level, and he's also the Metro Detroit Baseball Club president, or the head coach rather. He went to Royal Oak Shrine, the rival of Bishop Foley. How about that? He's an 05 grad. And he played with the great Dan Capalla, Notre Dame, Yankees, etc. And he played at Concordia University. And here it's still got that good form running down. You can tell he's in shape. Wouldn't want to get into a running match with that man. But look, a good program in Bishop Foley that's gone out and challenged themselves, 7-9, but 6-3 in league play. And they got a chance to make a run in the Catholic League and in Division III. Swinging a drive deep to left, way back, and gone. Home run for Mason Canar, the center fielder. And the four-hitter does what a four-hitter does, go deep.
Ambush Micah there, holy cow. First pitch of the at-bat.
He did. It's now 9-2 on the Canar homer to left. We mentioned the wind, and it's not whipping as far as it has been. This was a no-doubter, though, and as you mentioned, he ambushes him here.
Yeah, first pitch. I didn't catch what pitch he threw, if he went off-speed or if he went fastball, but, second, third time through the lineup, Mike is going to have to continue to mix his pitches, which he did well last inning.
Yeah, he did. And Micah says, hey, sometimes you got to wake yourself up too. you know. But nothing wrong with throwing a strike on pitch 1 when you're up 9-1. You're not going to get in trouble for that.
We'll see if Perk follows that high pitch with a curveball here.
It's the fastball outside. This is Connor Kokonis, who's come in now to pitch in this game. 9-2. PCA got 3 in the first, and they've added on every inning since.
Like a decent spot there.
Definitely a spot you can't get hurt in.
Absolutely.
Looking to throw a strike, though. Levine 3-0 is a strike on the inside corner. So you've got a lot going on in these fields today. I mean, take us through what's going on campus.
Yeah, so this is our annual picnic at the pitch event. Thankfully, we got all the bad weather and rain out early in the spring.
Yes.
So yeah, we have baseball playing Bishop Foley, and we got softball right over there across the way playing Detroit Country Day. Both games at 4 o'clock. Then our nightcap will be down on the South Soccer Field. We got our soccer team hosting Mercy, Farmington Hills Mercy.
Ah, the Marlins are in town.
Yes. Yes.
So some Catholic League / independent rivalries going on.
Yep, we got concessions on both sides of the campus. The junior class is running a dunk tank fundraiser. We got some bounce houses out there. It's, you know, it's what spring sports is all about. Getting
a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
What kind of food concessions you got out there?
Well, I'm telling you, they're one of our one of our awesome parents. You know, we call him the Rev, but Seth McDonald, he's over there.
Shout out to the Rev. What's he got cooking?
He is making like Italian beef sandwiches.
Ooh, where's he at?
Under that tent, right over there.
Somebody find what's his name?
Seth.
The Prez?
The Rev.
The Rev?
Yep.
He's a reverend?
Yeah, he is a pastor. He's a pastor in Wayne, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Wonderful. Let's find the Rev.
Yeah.
We got to find that Chicago beef. Is it Chicago beef?
It's just Italian beef. He's just making Italian beef sandwiches.
Makes me think of Chicago.
Yeah.
Portillo's, etc.
As it should. That's what I grew up on, man.
That's right. Yeah, you're a Chicagoland guy, yeah?
Yeah, about 2 hours west, Illinois native.
It counts.
Yeah.
2 hours west. DeKalb-ish?
Very close. Sterling, Illinois.
Sure.
Sterling, Rock Falls, Dixon area.
Right on.
Yep.
Very cool.
Not too far from Rockford and DeKalb, like you mentioned.
Yeah. So we've got a new pitcher.
Junior Calvin Nielsen.
Calvin Nielsen. What can you tell us about Calvin Nielsen?
Calvin's a junior this year. Was one of the, was in the bullpen and did spot starts last year as a sophomore. He actually just recently returned this month, like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. He was rehabbing and going through some PT for a UCL injury. Thankfully, no tear. Thankfully, no surgery or anything like that. But he's coming back and he's looking real good. Talking to Perk, his last couple outings, I think up at the Boyne State tournament, he gave him 4 innings in one of the games and looking really good. Now talking to Calvin in the hallways, he's just been chomping at the bit, really working hard in PT, and want to make sure he could throw for the back stretch of the season.
It's a lot of depth on the mound. I know this guy's just one piece of many.
Yep.
Is that Kyle Buchanan sitting down on the job?
No, I don't think so. I think that's one of our. That's the daughter of our contracted photographer. That's Rachel Costello, I believe.
Oh, my bad. I'm way off. Okay.
Yeah. She asked if she'd go up there and get some shots. I was like, I don't care.
No, that's fine. She can do whatever she wants. I thought it was Kyle Buchanan. My bad. Where's the Rev? Do we find the Rev? Let's find this beef.
He's at the grill under the tent over there.
We'll find him.
Yeah.
Somebody.
I'll shoot him
one of our guys. Yeah, well, yeah. We want to have him bring over a sandwich. We'll feature it. We'll eat it. It'll be great.
I got you.
Swing and a miss.
I'll give him a text here for you.
Cole Brinkmeyer is the batter and the first fella to face Calvin Nielsen, the junior, activated last month. Edging off of first is Kokonis. 1 run in on the home run by Mason Canar. 9-2. Top of the 4th. It's a good time to be alive at PCA on this campus. Picnic at the pitch. Levine has moved over to first base.
Oh, that's Josh Pop.
Josh Pop.
Levine,
Josh Pop. My bad.
Levine's in center.
Levine moves to center. Thank you. Pop remains at first.
There goes Dylan Beasley to right.
Thank you. You're going to take Pat the Stat's job. Can you come on the road with us Monday to Comerica Park?
Ooh.
PSL Championships.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
There goes the runner. Kokonas has a stolen bag. He's in scoring position. And the boys from Campbell Road starting to click up their heels here in the fourth. Tim McAvoy shouting out instructions, and that one's fouled back to the screen. 1-2 the count, 9-2, PCA in control. Looking to win their 9th straight game. Their longest stretch, win stretch and streak in a couple of years. Both these programs have made it to Lansing, to the state championship game in the last decade. 2 years ago, the Eagles found themselves in Lansing in a state title game. They did not win that game, but they're hungry to get back there. These kids were sophomores, these seniors. Pitch misses outside. It's a good eye from Cole Brinkmeyer. Count is full. Still nobody out. Runner at second. And a run in. On in relief is the righty Calvin Nielsen. He deals, ground ball to short. Fielded by Fernandez, off balance throw, and he got him at first. Fine stretch by Levine, and the off balance throw by Fernandez was silky.
Good stretch by Pop.
By Pop. See, Dad, you're putting those thoughts in my head, and I'm calling it Levine.
They're one number apart, and they're similarly built. I get it.
Here's the play. Yeah, but we got to bust his chops. And Pop with that great stretch at first. What can you tell us about Pop?
Josh, he has, from what I understand, has been on varsity all 4 years.
Uh-huh.
He's gifted naturally at first base. You know, he moves and he moves a lot like a natural first baseman. I know. One thing that Perk has been wanting to see with him is, you know, some improvements at the dish, and he's been working really, really hard to make those improvements at the plate. So he's been finding himself in the lineup a little bit more often, improving at the plate for sure. Been putting in a lot of hard work.
And it's paid dividends. They will need him down the stretch. Part of that depth. He can do more than field, too. He's also a hitter. He's just giving some other guys some looks today, right? I mean, this is a guy that's hit this year at times.
Yeah. Those are some things that I know Errol and Jack, the assistant coach, have been really working with on Josh, is making sure that his stick is continuing to improve, because he's pretty solid defensively. And so when he gets into one, I mean, you hear it and it can go. It's finding that consistency for him for sure.
Yep. Borowski, the batter, throw down to third, and in the dirt, tough scoop attempt by Weaver, and it's a stolen bag. So in scoring position with a runner at third, and now Fernandez will come in and try to calm down Nielsen. 3-1 the count. Nolan Borowski, the left fielder, awaits the pitch from Nielsen. And this battle continues here in the fourth. So, districts at Whitmore Lake, and you guys will have Jewish Frankel Academy, Whitmore Lake, Westland Hope, and those will be the opponents in the districts. A district you'll be, quite frankly, favored to win.
Mm-hmm.
It's never easy, as you know from last year.
Yep.
And so how much does last year help falling in the districts with the same group mainly coming back and hungry?
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, talking to a couple of the captains, you know, talking to the seniors, you know, they've turned the page, but they're using it as fuel, right? a lot of what they talk about is making sure that they're each and every day out there playing a faceless opponent. You know, there's a reason you play the games. You know, once you hit the postseason, everybody's 0-0. And so anything can happen. And, you know, and the way that we schedule, you know, them for you know, their non-league schedule is to help callous them and get them ready for a postseason run and to continue to do well in the conference, right? And I think the coaches do a really good job of holding to that message.
There goes the runner, and the throws into center field. Levine will have to come get it, and in to score is Declan Schwartz. Morawski down to second, and it's now 9-3 with one out. The Ventures have come back with two here in the fourth inning.
Good setup defensively for the first and third situation. You saw Fernandez come in from short, looked to cut that off in the grass right behind the pitcher's mound, and the throw just sailed on him a little bit.
The play was proper, the throw just a bit high, yeah, no doubt. It's important to have good alignments and communications when that comes, and they drew it up right. But the Ventures get one in, and now they got another in scoring position with Morawski. And Nielsen trying to find the zone. He's behind 2-0. This is to Steven Tortora, who has an RBI single in this game already. The Ventures trying to make a move after trailing by 8. Tortora draws a walk.
I think we're going to see a conversation here.
Now batting for the Ventures, number 25.
We'll see if there's activity. There is a conversation, and now a deeper one, as you predicted. And there is a move. So we'll take a timeout. PCA is going to go to the pen. We'll tell you all about the new left-hander when we come back. Thanks for watching. We got a dandy. Get a little tighter. Don't go anywhere. We're the Prep. Thanks for watching. Back after this.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
Four wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
Want to thank our friends at Jets Pizza in Westland, Michigan. 6546 on North Wayne Road. 734-728-4400. They're open. They're open after the game. They were open before the game. Heck, they got there at 10:30. Joe Levine's been tossing dough in the air since 4 a.m. And here he is calling games. Go find him afterwards. Buy a pizza from the man, for crying out loud. 734-728-4400. Jets Pizza, proud sponsor of the Prep and this broadcast between PCA and Bishop Foley. We've got a new pitcher on the mound for Plymouth Christian Academy. It's number 4, Shane Slocum, the left-hander. What can you tell us about Shane?
Shane, not quite as drastic as the injury that Calvin was coming back from, but he dealt with some shoulder issue early in the season. Just missed a couple weeks, so I know early in the season the depth was a little bit thin, but I know getting the likes of Calvin and Shane back are really good. Shane's real consistent. He's a strike thrower. He'll throw that breaking pitch back foot to right-handed hitters. He does a really good job keeping them off balance. Velocity isn't super firm, mid-upper 7s, but he mixes his pitches well, and he's around the zone a lot. So gets a lot of contact outs. I would say pretty reliable out of the pen for sure.
It's a good scouting report. Thank you. Runner at first is Tortora. Morawski is at second. The Ventures are doing some things here in Plymouth in the fourth. They've cut it to a 6-run game. 2 runs in the inning. There's 1 out and 2 on. Shane Slocum is on in relief for Calvin Nielsen. This is the 3rd Eagle pitcher today. Michael Levine started. The ball will trickle into the outfield. Nothing doing. But this is the point in the game if you're PCA. Look, you want to tighten things up. You get the feeling things are starting to unravel a bit.
Yep.
This is the time if you're PCA to make a firm statement. We'll see if Slocum can do that here. Squares to bunt, pulls it back, well placed. Four-seam fastball in the inside corner for a strike. Lefty on righty matchup. Bishop Foley will take on Frazier on Tuesday in Madison Heights before finishing their season against PCA next Thursday.
Yep, we go to them.
A little home-and-home action.
You got it.
Got to love it. Borowski with a big, aggressive lead at second. Tim McAvoy telling him to go. He does. Throw down to third, and it's into left field. And it's going to score another run. Borowski into score. Tortora down to second. And the Ventures have manufactured runs, and they've got 3 of them here in the fourth. It's now 9-4.
And these are some of the situations that I know coaches have cited that we've got to be a little bit tighter on. We've shown those flashes, but, hats off to the Ventures manufacturing a run there, making us make the play defensively. And so we'll see how we respond here. Would love to see a ground ball to the left side here, either Michael or Cooper. Keep the guy at second base, make the throw to first. With Shane on the mound, that's definitely a possibility.
It's been a strong defense all season long. A
Strikeout.
little haphazard swing, and he's out on strike. So a strikeout for Slocum. It's a big one, and there's now 2 outs with a runner at second. You want a guy to come in throwing strikes, and that's exactly what we see from Slocum here from the left side, and he fooled the batter, Ensley. So Ensley's out, hit by pitch for Coles, and that will bring up Cooper Dolat. And we'll see if the Eagles' pen doesn't get active again.
Seems like these last couple hitters, Shane has been really intentionally working the ball in. Saw some misses in during the last at bat as well. Love to see him settle down, get out over the plate a little bit, trust his defense, keep the guys off balance. It's a breaking ball that misses outside. This is Cooper Dolat, the third baseman. And the hits today, Tortora with 1, Canar with 1. And that's it. Just 2 hits in this game for Bishop Foley. One was a home run. The other one a single up the middle. But everything else has been an advantage on a walk or an error. So, PCA trying to stop this 4th inning bleeding with runners at first and second and 2 outs. Strike on the outside corner, well placed fastball. 2-1. Tad Dobeck in the on-deck circle. Slocum trying to keep him there. Wind blowing in a bit now. Does this field notoriously have wind blowing in a certain direction, or is it typically windy, or any trends? It's not too bad considering that, the out, you see the wall beyond the fence out there is all tree. But if it comes from the south at all, you definitely feel it.
We felt that earlier.
I would say the field is more notorious for great pitch.
Sure was. Right in the outside corner. Slocum living there comfortably right now. 1-2 the count. You were saying it's known for?
There's a portion of our outfield that, talking with our facilities director, either the township or the county has deemed it as lowlands, and so we're typically, if there's any rain, nice job, Shane.
Strike 3 call. Slocum with some emotion coming off that mound and some energy. Maybe something this Eagle club needed to finish it. We go to the bottom half of the 4th. Still a 5-run lead for the home team and the number 4 team in the state of Michigan. Back with more after this. Your Catholic faith, it's at the core of who you are, what you do, and the decisions you make. At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, we make your faith and finances work together. From home needs to business needs, from school to retirement, we've got the financial well-being of our Catholic community covered. Visit us today and see how your faith and finances can work together. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. Plymouth Christian Academy. This is been a winning program, and the man to my left has made sure that it continues to win. 16-6 on the year, 7-1 in league play, and this is team 4-time runner-up. They lost 2-1 to Beale City their last time 2 years ago. 226 co-ed and private. And Mason Minzy. That's supposed to say Daniel Jipping.
I was going to say that I'm reading the bio there. That's describing Daniel Jipping.
Daniel Jipping. We got the wrong name. Apologize for that.
Yeah. We're inducting his brother Eric Jipping on Monday into the Hall of Fame.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, so we've got the batter now, Dylan Beasley. And Beasley wears it.
Right in the back. He'll be all right.
He'll be all right. Easy for you and I to say over here, right?
That's right.
Here's another look at it.
Let's get Dylan in scoring position for Cooper. Cooper might be arguably the best pure hitter on the team.
Good looking swing by Cooper Weaver. The runner on, and Beasley we know can run.
Yeah, don't be surprised to see Perk put him in motion and get him in scoring position for Coop.
2 home runs on the year. Already a hit today. Throw back to first. PCA 9 runs in this game.
There it is.
There's a shot to center field. That's a base hit. Another one in this game for Cooper Weaver, his second of the day. He's got a single and a double, and the runner now advances in Beasley to second. Clicking up their heels here are the Eagles. I mentioned that sweet left-handed swing.
Very consistent. Does a really good job of keeping his barrel in the zone. Macomb Community College definitely got a good one.
Yes, sir. So that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Michael Fernandez. 27 RBIs now after his double earlier in this ball game. And one of the top hitters in this team. He's the ace of the staff as well on the mound. Has some pop to him as well. 1 home run this year, but certainly capable. A lot of size in that 6'4" frame. And he pops it up, and it's going to be the pitcher, Kokonis.
Good hustle.
Great hustle. Hauls it in foul territory. Beat out his catcher Ensley and his first baseman Tortora. And it's the first out of the inning. And a big out in Fernandez. So that'll bring up Justin Shalak. With 1 out, runners on first and second. It's Beasley at second. It's Weaver at first. And a throw back to second. And back in plenty of time.
Dylan just got to relax over there. We got 5, 6, 7 coming up. 1 out. Runner in scoring position.
Pitch upstairs. Again, the defense for Bishop Foley continues to play their right fielder. There you see him, the right fielder, and really almost just.
He's in right center right now.
He's in right center. Yeah, center side of right center.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's Brinkmeyer. But, I mean, they see something and they know something, and we've seen your team go opposite quite a bit. And so now they are going to bring him over. Maybe we alerted that.
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, Justin does a good job of knowing what the situation is. So, yeah, I could definitely see Justin eyeing where the right fielder was positioned, looking for a chance to go opposite field.
Tim McAvoy and his staff make an adjustment. Do you think they're watching the game and they heard that and they made the change?
Maybe.
Where's the Rev?
They got an
Did we
insider.
find the Rev?
I sent
Not you, my camera guys. I'm trying.
Oh.
I'll get a shot of the Rev. Yeah, no. You're busy, man. You got like 8 games going on, and no, not you. We want to show the Rev on. There's the Rev. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
right there
what
with the
I'm
apron.
talking
Right there with
about.
the apron, man.
It's the Rev. Look at him working the grill.
A model of humility. He serves.
Oh, he's serving
serves.
all right. He's
Yeah.
got a left hand, a right hand. Look at him go left, right, mash.
And he's got a gift. His food is he's a very good cook. Takes care of a lot of the teams.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You always feel better too when your food's coming from a reverend. You know what I mean?
You're saying it's blessed or something?
It might be blessed. I know he's not going to spit in it, right?
No.
You know, so I mean,
Oh, coming out here.
I trust him. Popped up near side. Ensley coming back, and that'll get just over our tent. CJ Easterling on audio with a little bit of a flinch. It's all good, CJ. You're not going to get hit. Huntman's got you over there. Got a great setup here. Not as good as the Rev. I'd rather be under that tent right now. No offense.
You can smell it. The wind's blowing it over here.
Does he have like the juice too to dip it in on the side?
I don't know, actually. I know he's got
All right.
he's got the flat top going, cooking the meat, cooking the veggies. It's quite the sandwich.
All right. Justin Shalak swinging a foul tip. The runners will stay put. So 9-4, 1 out, 1-2 count. Runners on first and second. PCA looking to get some runs back. They gave up 3 last inning. They're looking to equalize. Justin Shalak with his brother Brandon. A couple guys behind him in this order. Just a sophomore. A lot of quality at bats have come from this sophomore this year. They've leaned and learned a lot about him. There's a pop fly, trouble down the line, and foul.
But again, there's Justin looking to push the ball the other way.
Yeah, he's going to keep that right fielder Brinkmeyer honest, if nothing else. There is activity down in the Bishop Foley bullpen. And perhaps buying a little time here is Ensley. The man in the bullpen is Colin O'Brien, the freshman. But the second pitcher in this game for Foley is Kokonis. Shalak fouls another.
Staying alive.
Good battle here between Kokonis and the sophomore Shalak. 365 hitter. And that on base or OPS is 947. Both juicy numbers. Fouls it back, and that hit. Did that hit the commissioner's car? I think it got the commissioner's ride. Careful of that. Kokonis leans in and gets the sign from Ensley, and now too much time, according to Justin Shalak. The sophomore takes charge and says, "This is my at-bat." Throw back to second, and Beasley back easily. Got some jams going back there. Great energy in this picnic in the park.
It's fun. I'm just glad the weather lined up for it. With how the spring, with how the spring had been, we were ready for anything.
Swing and a miss. Throw down to third. Not in time. Stolen base for Beasley. Weaver as well. He'll take second base. Out on strikes is Justin. And that'll leave it up to Micah Levine, the number 6 hitter. So a strikeout and no throw out. Natural surface here at PCA. You get on a turf field, that might give you a generous hop, but on a grass surface, you're not going to get it through. It's a beautiful field, lined by trees, 300 down the lines, and 350 to center. Any idea what the gaps are?
If I had to guess, probably pretty similar to center. There's not much bow in the left and in the fence out there in the gaps.
Yeah. We'll call it 345. Multiple hits today for DeTilio, Yeager, Levine, and Weaver. 11 hits for the Eagles.
Bottom of the order showing out today.
Yeah. 5 extra base hits. And a check back to first.
Oh, get through.
Ground ball up the middle, and it is going to get through. And a couple runs will score. Beasley. Cooper behind him. And the throw to second, not in time. So how about it? A 2-out, 2-run hit for the Eagles. And that's Micah Levine with 2 RBIs on that play. How about it for Levine? So 2 runs driven in, and the lead now grows to 11-4. Clutch hitting for Micah.
Nice, looked like it got in his hands just a little bit. Kind of a sinking liner just beyond shortstop up the middle. Enough to get the guy home from second.
For Levine, it's RBIs number 22 and 23 on the year. Second best on the club. That's the slider over for a strike. This is Brandon Shalak, 4-year varsity player, 286 hitter. Yeager in the on-deck circle.
Oh, it looks like we got Shane Slocum.
Well, you might know. How about that? Shane Slocum in the on-deck circle. And that
he's going to get a chance to hit.
Is going to be a Warren fastball. So Shalak will get down to first. Yeager has been lifted. And they will let Shane Slocum swing the bat. Pitchers love this. Is he swung often this year, or is this a rare bat for him?
I don't know if I'd say rare, but it's definitely not. Typically, he just comes in out of the bullpen, does what he does, and, you know. But, you know, Shane can put bat to ball. Shane will put bat to ball here, I think.
Conference at the mound by Tim McAvoy. Not going to make a move. He does have action in the pen. Bishop Foley doesn't play again until next week, so they, unlike Plymouth Christian Academy, can afford to use up their guys. Meanwhile, PCA is going to be busy, and they're not going to. Oh, okay.
Oh, they're bringing Josh back in. I wonder who they're going to go to on the mound. Maybe we'll see Carter next inning in the mound.
I guess I was right after all. It is Josh Yeager, but who'd have thunk it?
You were.
So they'll bring Yeager back.
I like Josh and Carter back to back at the bottom of the order. Both of them are really solid line drive hitters.
Gabriel Richard is the opponent tomorrow.
Yeah, we're hosting our first 4-team home tournament tomorrow.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, we'll play FGR, and then that next game will be Monroe SMCC against Ida.
Ah, all right. How about that?
Yeah.
Some strong teams. SMCC's coming on as of late. swing and a foul back. And then next week it's Oakland Christian, a team that PCA will be favored to knock off. I believe they've ruled them a couple times already. And that would give them the MIAA outright. And they'll finish the year on Thursday at Bishop Foley in the regular season, as we talked about already. Nice little home and home. But the Eagles are coming off a big sweep this week over their rival Lutheran Northwest. He came in this last poll 12th in Division III. They knocked them off 4-1 on Monday and then 16-2 last night in Rochester Hills. But home for 4 games to close out the season.
Yeah, we'll get a district week tune-up on a reschedule against Green Hills, so that'll be a really good matchup for our boys as well.
Okay, yeah, Green Hills.
Ann Arbor.
Absolutely, having a great season. They'll play for the Catholic League Championship next Thursday at the Corner Ballpark. We'll have coverage of that on the prep.
Nice.
5 games in 1 day.
Ooh, you'll be busy.
Yeah, we will. We might call upon you. I mean, you keep going, man. You might win yourself into a role. You might unseed the 6 guys ahead of you in the depth chart. Keep going, brother. You got a chance.
I got to be careful. I could talk baseball all day.
No, I can tell. that means we get extra innings. I like it.
Hopefully not too long today. We got a soccer game down there.
They need your services elsewhere. Josh Yeager, the batter. And he grounds it down and just past. That's an EC. Error coach at first. Which coach is that?
That's Norb. Norb Fernandez. That's Michael's dad.
Okay, well, we'll let Norb know about it nicely.
Oh, Norb already knows. He's his own biggest critic.
Okay, look at him. He's down on himself. Come on, Norb. We're kidding. It's fine.
He has got to be one of the nicest human beings I think I've ever met.
Very nice man. Met him before the game. Yeah, he seemed very kind.
He is fantastic. And a great baseball mind as well.
And there's 2 Fernandez brothers. Did we see 2 last year, or did I miss that?
No, his son Norby graduated a couple years ago, played college ball.
That's what it was.
Michael's older brother, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And then his sister Anna Fernandez just finished up her 2nd year at Calvin University. Playing basketball.
It's a nice league. Goes from the MIAC to the MIAA. Bases are loaded full of Eagles. And they're going to have a chance with one of their hottest hitters today, Carter DeTilio. DeTilio's had a day already. He had a double his last time up. He's 2 for 2 on the day as a single and a double. And he's driven in a run and scored a run. Outside corner strike called. Activity continues in the Bishop Foley bullpen. It's Colin O'Brien. DeTilio with the bases juiced. 1-1.
Love to see Carter attack here. I don't think the pitcher wants to go 2-1. Want to get into a hitter's count with bases loaded. Let's look for Carter to attack here.
Went opposite field last time.
Ooh, stayed down.
Stays away from the pitcher's pitch there. And now the hitter's count continues. 2-1. Runner at third is Levine. Runner at second, Shalak. And Yeager is at first. Pretty good speed on the base paths with 2 outs.
There we go.
Shot to left and base hit. 1 run is in. Levine scores. They will hold Shalak at third, but it's another seed from the sophomore left-handed stick, Carter DeTilio. 12-4, Eagles on top. Here's another look.
Great opposite field look there. Stay down on that pitch, low and away.
Similar to the last at bat when he went oppo as well. There's a looper to second, and it's going to be hauled in by DeLotte. That'll end the inning, but not before. A couple runs back. for PCA in the bottom half, thanks to that man, the Datilio Oppo single that scores 2, scores 1. We're back for the 5th inning on the prep right after this.
We are the MHSAA, a collection of 750 high schools and 750 middle schools, from Temperance to Copper Harbor, from New Buffalo to Alpena. Each year, more than 250,000 students play one of our 28 sports. More than 1.5 million fans attend our postseason games. There are 30,000 coaches and 8,000 officials, not to mention all of the volunteers. The MHSAA believes in the 4 S's. School sports should be safe and kept in the appropriate scope. We believe nothing beats great sportsmanship, and that scholarship in the classroom is more important than excellence on the field or court. Most of all, we believe school sports should be fun. So come out and join us at a game. Support your school, support your community, and come see what the excitement is all about.
Plymouth Christian Academy, and there you see the notable alum Daniel Jipping, first team All-MAC, academic, professional baseball player, and Colorado Rockies grabbed him in 2017, the 22nd round, and this young man started right here on this campus, and he's had a great professional career, college career at Central Michigan, Fire Up Chips, but Daniel Jipping, one of the proud alums, and you're going to honor his brother, I understand, next week.
Yeah, we got three new inductees to the Hall of Fame at our banquet on Monday. Daniel's already in, and then his brother Eric will go in Monday, and then actually his former coach Joe Bodorf is going in as well.
Very cool.
Yep.
Congratulations to all those individuals. We are the Prep, proud to bring you this broadcast. Any comments, complaints, info at theprepsports.com. I mean, you know, some people have complaints, believe me.
Got to respect it.
Not many. I do respect it. We want to do well. We want to bring these kids' experience to the forefront and get it accurate. That's why you see Daniel Jipping back on the screen. We'll get it right. Fouled back, but thank you to everybody watching this broadcast on our YouTube channel. If you would subscribe on our YouTube channel, we'd appreciate it. Several social medias. Thank you for watching today, wherever you are. This beautiful Friday in suburban Detroit, just west of Detroit. The west side, as they would say, in Metro Detroit. So this is the 3-hitter Tad Dobeck, the first baseman. And he fouls it back. Big kid, Tad Dobeck. And we've got a new pitcher, and it's Cooper Weaver, guy who we've seen today handle the bat like a maestro. He can also pitch. Bats left, throws right. And that is a shot down the line that's foul.
Foul ball.
And that was hit with a little hum to it.
Yeah, you can see by Cooper's reaction, he hung that. Not in a count you want to hang that in either. 2-1, sitting dead red, and hangs a breaking pitch chest high. 28 knew what to do with it, that's for sure.
Yeah, he did. This time he laces it to left again in fair territory. So, Tad Dobeck with a base hit. It's a leadoff single, and that will bring up the 4-hitter, a guy who's already homered today, in Mason Canar. Here's another look.
A solid barreled single right there on a fastball.
Just the 3rd hit today by Bishop Foley. 2 singles and a home run. The home run was by this man. And he drives it to right field down the line.
Good hustle,
on
Josh.
The run. Yeager, he caught it in foul territory. Oh, Yeager ranging far near that Foley bullpen to haul it in. Flash and leather, the outfield's been very efficient this year.
Yeah, we got a sophomore, a junior, and a senior roaming the outfield here. I know that's an area of the field, too. When it rains, it gets a little soft, and so we'll, you know, earned his stripes there, getting dirty on the knees.
Yeah, you like to see a player get down and get the eye level even. Good hustle. I mean, defense has been one of the plus areas for this team all season long.
Yeah, I would say when they're, you know, when they're clicking on all cylinders defensively, it's really nice. You know, there was so many inconsistencies early in the season and scoring 10, 12 runs a game, and you know, finding ourselves on the wrong end of the win-loss there. But they're going about it the right way. They're shoring it up at the right time.
Foley playing out of the intersectional in the Catholic League. All of their wins have come in the Catholic League play. Just 16 games played so far. Meanwhile, PCA has played 22 games. It's been tough to get games in. You guys have done a good job getting 22 in. Congrats to you for doing that.
Yeah.
The AD, you've had to do a lot of work this spring.
I mean, early in April, I think we had a week where all 3 days got canceled in a week, and had to remind the coaches, hey, don't forget, we're still in baseball season. You got games coming.
That's right. That's right. Hence the Ann Arbor Green Hills game that was added.
Yeah. Yep, that was one that got canceled. We put that in during district week, kind of each other's district tune-up, you know.
Nice.
Yep.
So Weaver, the 4th pitcher today for PCA, playing a non-conference affair. There goes the runner, hit and runs on. It's just past Cooper Weaver, and it's going to be a base hit on a hit and run. Yeah. Weaver had to hustle, tried to backhand it, and I don't know if he would have got him even if he did come up clean. And first and second now with 1 out. Here's the play again.
Had to shift his momentum, try to get back to his right side after his follow-through. That's a tough one.
Yeah, it is. Got to get back quickly.
And Foley's been doing good when they get people on. You know, they're working their way around the bases. They're manufacturing runs here and there. Defense definitely has to be alert and on point here.
We'll see how they challenge the catcher, Shalak. Making decisions. Cole Brinkmeyer is the batter. He's the right fielder. Tardy with that fastball from Weaver. What have you seen out of Weaver throwing on the mound this year?
I would say he's another one that's really consistent. He didn't throw it all last year. As he came back from UCL surgery his sophomore year, he had to miss the season his sophomore year.
Throw down to third, and he dropped the ball. Oh, boy. They had him dead to rights.
Sure
Dobeck
did.
was just ready to give it up.
Sure did.
And Beasley just dropped it. The throw was there.
Sounded like it hit him right in the palm. Maybe, you know, caught it in an odd part of the glove.
Almost one of those when you're wide open as a receiver, nobody around, you know?
Yep.
Maybe one of those.
Yeah.
But you're right. It did hit him right in the heel-ish. So it does present an opportunity for Foley, who's down by 8 runs in this game. Top of the 5th. Was that the Rev?
No, that was my lovely mother-in-law.
Oh, okay. A Rev report, I meant. Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
I'm sorry about that.
Yep. No, my wife's here working. She's our athletic trainer.
Is that right?
Yeah. So she was just letting me know that our 2 girls are here and that my wife has them.
Nice. Give her a shout out. What's your mother-in-law's name?
Tracy.
Shout out to Tracy.
Yeah.
For watching the kiddos.
Oh yeah. She has a very unique name for a grandma. The girls call her Hammy. My oldest, you know,
Moon's over my hammy.
My oldest is the first grandchild on their side. Good pitch.
Very cool.
And so
nice.
She was shooting for Grammy, but couldn't get the GR when she was younger.
It's cute. That's how it all starts.
Good breaking pitch there for the strikeout.
Great pitch. We'll see it again here. And just kept off balance in Brinkmeyer. So 2 outs. And that'll bring up number 5, Nolan Morawski, the left fielder, and the number 7 hitter with runners in scoring position now. and 2 outs. Weaver bearing down. He's had some tough luck fielding situations in this inning, or he could be out of it. There's a shot to short through.
Fire, Micah.
Underneath Fernandez. Levine up with a baseball. The throw home
heavy.
is over the catcher. 2 runs are in. It's a 2-run single for Morawski. And the score is now 12-6. So we've seen clutch 2-out hitting in this game, and this is another example of it. Fernandez on a sharp shot.
Micah's got a fantastic arm. We just got to keep that down and make sure you give your cutoff some options there.
Yep. Come and he gets so amped with that ball. You know there's going to be a play at the plate.
Oh, my gosh.
He knows a former
Those are the
center
best.
fielder. You just
Those
live
are the
for
best.
that.
Those are the best. Guy on second, ground ball up the middle to you. You know exactly what you're doing with it.
Yep. So this is Steven Tortora, and he goes the other way.
Yeager's got it.
And Yeager does indeed have it for the final out. Not before 2 runs. And the Ventures cut this thing in half. We go to the bottom half of the 5th. We got a dandy at PCA. Thanks for hanging out in Plymouth. We're the Prep.
In today's ever-changing mortgage lending world, the importance of true professionals has never been greater. At Success Mortgage Partners, we want you to have the experience of a lifetime. Founded and owned by Catholic League alumni, our family-centered business keeps your interest at heart as we help you navigate this turbulent market with ease. If you or a family member has a mortgage need, please call me, Owen Lee, at 734-822-9792.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McKinley scores!
Welcome back, Chad Bush with you from PCA. 7-9 on the year. 7-2 is Bishop Foley out of the intersectional in the Catholic League Division III. 275 students on Campbell Road in Madison Heights, private co-ed. They're no stranger to state titles in the game of baseball. How about 2017 when they won the Division III state championship? They were runners-up in 2018 and a second place finish this year in the intersectional and clinched a first-round bye in the playoffs. And I believe they are playing Royal Oak Shrine for the right to play on Thursday in the Catholic League Finals. We're with Derek Delgado, the athletic director of Plymouth Christian Academy. Pleased to have him for another half an inning. And Dylan Beasley not pleased to have another hit by pitch to his credit.
Once again, he'll be fine.
He'll be fine.
Builds character, right?
That's right. That's right. Here comes Weaver, who's had a big day at the plate. Now he's on the bump. And you love to see a nice, dirty white jersey in baseball. That means he's been active today. Upright, left-handed stance.
I think we see Cooper help himself out here.
Yeah.
He's got to shake off the inning. You know, some things were out of his control. He pounded the strike zone. He can help himself here.
Having a big year at the plate. 366, 2 home runs, 19 runs driven in. He has 2 hits today. And
that might drop.
Looking for his third here.
Dylan.
And Dylan Beasley is picked off. That is a double play.
Yep.
And Delote made sure of it. So 2 outs quickly for PCA with the base running blunder.
I think he tried to make the anticipation, and good play on second, sticking with the ball. I thought that was going to drop as well. That was another lawn dart.
Yep. And a nice job also by Steven Tortora to get that on one hop. The throw came back on a hop, and it wasn't easy. So this is the batter, Michael Fernandez.
Over his head.
Yeah, over his head. Saw his father, Norbert, who's coaching down at first.
I think Norb wants another chance at a foul ball over there.
He does. Let's see if his son can deal him one. With 2 outs and nobody out in the 5th. That is driven deep, but foul.
Got into that one.
Connor Kokonis, who's been on in relief. The sophomore took over earlier in this game for Tortora and has gone the rest of the way. He's thrown 43 pitches now, and he's facing the power 4-hitter for the Eagles.
Ooh.
Swing and a miss.
No hips, all upper half.
And
tells me he was expecting fastball and got an off-speed pitch.
Yeah. Yeah, good point. You get a look at the young baby face of Kokonis, just a 10th grader. Fernandez got hit on that front protective elbow pad, I believe.
That's what it sounded like.
Yeah, second hit by pitch of the inning. And with 2 outs, that will give a chance to the sophomore, Justin Shalak. How cool to have a brother on the same team, in the same lineup. I know you see a lot of that here at PCA with brothers and sisters attending.
A lot of family ties. I think I learned a new one. I think I learn a new one every week.
The Levines are one that have had several children through this school.
Yeah.
We talked about the Jippings,
Yep.
Fernandez.
Yep.
And the Shalaks. Almost uncommon if there's not another sibling in the school, I can imagine. What's one of the cool things that you learned when you came here of one of the neat traditions, either of the school or the athletic program?
There's a lot of cool things. I think the coolest thing to me was just how Christ-centered the athletics department was, and the athletics programs strive to be. You know, kind of our saying is doing all things for him, and so we use it in, you know, social media hashtags, huddle breakouts, things like that. But obviously, you know, the school, we're Plymouth Christian, but really cool to see last year how intentional our athletic programs and coaches try to hold to that on the athletic side of things as well. So maximizing and maintaining that, that's been an absolute blessing and a blast. But outside of that, competitively, just, you know, for a school our size and the amount of committed athletes that we have. You know, we got a lot of kids that play travel, play club, play multiple sports, and, you know, schools our size, you know, we thrive on the multi-sport athlete. You know, and so but it's not just athletes for the sake of it. We have student athletes that are really good at their respective sports, and that's been really cool to see. Been really fun to develop schedules for them and really maximize their experience for sure.
Yeah, well said. It's been impressive to watch from afar and see what this school and program has done through its history, and especially in recent times. There's a strike called, and Shalak says, okay, I will be back with you in a half inning, and we'll talk about this, but I'm not going to show you up because you're an umpire, and I know what umpires do when they get shown up.
They remember.
They do. Throw back to first. Micah Levine in the on-deck circle, hoping to get another at-bat in this 5th inning. Look at that. That's the elbow protector, and that's another hit by pitch, and Shalak's had enough. He'll go down to first, and that coach is going to wear another protective piece in his backside.
I've been meaning to ask Norb. I mean, we've had some long innings, long offensive innings throughout the year.
Yeah.
I mean, by the end of a long inning, he's pretty armored up down there. And I meant
we got a good shot of him too, armored up.
Yeah, I want to ask him what's the record. You know, how many pieces of gear from our players has he gotten on his body in one inning?
Levine with a couple RBIs his last time up. 23 on the year now. He's got a chance for some more. Shalak at first, Fernandez at second.
Wind's picking up here, blowing out to left, looking at the flag there.
Sure is.
And I would say Micah's a pull hitter.
Trying to find it right now is Kokonis. No activity in the Foley pen, and Tim McAvoy's going to come out and have a word. Want to thank our sponsor, and couldn't do it without Jets Pizza, located in Westland, 6546 North Wayne Road. They're open after the ball game. Give them a holler, 734-728-4400. Jets Pizza in Westland. We thank them very much for making this broadcast possible. So, big spot for Micah Levine, the 4-sport star and the Schoolcraft college commit. He started this game, and I believe would be in line for the victory.
Yeah,
exactly
yeah,
right.
I think you're right on that.
Be in line for the win. It would be his 5th win of the year in 5 tries. Strike called. Levine says that was not my cup of tea. We'll let that one go low.
2 check swings. Micah's in attack mode. With runners on, middle of the order, 2 outs. Wants to give a little bit more breathing room.
You said it. Upstairs, count moves to 3-1. What will he get here? And he won't get much. Bases are loaded. That'll set the stage for Shalak. And Tim McAvoy contemplating a move on the footstep of that dugout. As the Bob Marley plays, and the Rev continues to cook across the way. Boy, you can smell that beef. The bullpen is up and going. You tell I like food?
Oh, yeah. I'm telling you, I shot a couple texts, man. I'm trying to get you some stuff
No,
over
no,
here.
man.
No,
Listen,
I am.
You got enough going on. I don't need you to be the chef, too, and the server. You know, no. In from third is another run. It's now 13-6 as Fernandez crosses home plate, and the runners advance to second and third.
Any ball to the outfield scores Micah with his speed. Let's see if Brandon can get one through here.
Kokona steals. Ground ball to third.
Good hop for the third baseman there. Low throw.
Dobek's
picked it.
one hopper, and it is indeed picked by Tortora.
Good play.
His second pick of the inning. So, inning over, but not before. A couple runs are put up, and the Eagles have a 7-run lead. Thank you very much, Derek Delgado, the fine athletic director at PCA. You did a great job.
Thanks for coming out, Chad, and thanks for letting me come in and hang and talk some baseball with you guys.
You bet. Thanks for having us out.
Yeah.
All right, back with more on the prep right after this. The store is set up. He's got the order, and he's off. It's a full court press. These brands are knocking it out of the park. This, my friends, is the speed we've come to expect from this team. Just look at the precision of that move. And it's out of here.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McKinley scores!
There you see the scoreboard. 13-6 is what it says, and it ain't lying. Foley's going to try to change it. They're down to 7 spot, and they'll try to start things with the 9-hitter Max Ensley. Derek Delgado exits. Joe Levine comes back in. That's like the pitcher you can bring back into the game. We've brought Joe Levine back. He's earned that right. How you doing? Did you enjoy your time?
Yes, time off was great.
What did you do? Did you enjoy yourself? What do you do when you watch your son
play? Yeah, I went over and
play?
looked at the softball game for a minute. They won 7-0 over Country Day, so that was good.
Oh, big. Is softball having a good year?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Contenders in Division 4.
Yes, definitely high expectations there.
Swing and a miss, and throw down to first to complete the strikeout, and they got him. Great stretch at first, and they get him. Josh Pop after the fine play by the catcher Shalak. So a strikeout for Weaver, and there's one out here in the 6th. Did you get a beef sandwich from the Rev?
Yeah, no, the Rev. Yeah, he's got the beef sandwiches there. He's doing a great job cooking like normal.
Yeah,
so
we heard about
better.
this. Yeah, we heard about these beef sandwiches. Now, did they give you the juice on the side? Is there anything they give with it, or what do you put on these sandwiches?
You know, they do give you the juice on the side.
They do?
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do they call it Rev juice?
Yes, I think they actually do.
I love it. All right, good stuff. So Weaver back on the bump. Doing his thing. 4th pitcher for the Eagles today. And they've got a comfortable 7-run lead. But the batter is Carson Coles. So top of the order for Foley. 1, 2, and 3 due up. This is the shortstop Carson Coles against Weaver, and it's ripped down the line, and that's trouble. Just past Beasley at third, and Coles is going to cruise into second with a head-first slide and no throw. So a leadoff double for Double C's.
Now batting for the Ventures, number 3, Cooper.
4th hit of the day for Madison Heights Bishop Foley. And that will bring up the 2-hitter, Cooper Dolott. This day just keeps getting nicer. Ground ball to third. They let it go through to short. A little interference, perhaps. Beasley, Fernandez, miscommunication. And it equates into what will be called a base hit. So Dolott is on at first, Coles is on at second, and this is what Bishop Foley's kind of been doing, is just enough to get on base, and then just enough to distract you when they do get on.
Yes, and these next 2 batters got a lot of power in the lineup here, so PCA's got to watch out and really kind of zone in on these next few batters.
This one in particular, Tad Dobeck, who singled his last time up. And a half-hearted swing and was fooled by that nasty Weaver changeup.
Yes. Yeah, you see Weaver, just those 2 different speeds, you know. Here he is in the 80s and then drop it right down to the 60s like that. It's difficult to pinpoint.
Fooled the big boy. And timeout called. And Shalak wants to have a chat with his ace right-hander. So this is the picnic in the park. This is kind of fun.
Yes.
And there's more to come. Soccer later, girls soccer.
Yeah, they're playing back there right now against Mercy, actually, which is a good game out back there. I'm not sure the score of that, but.
Okay. Ooh. Time is called, no pitch, and Cooper says, my bad. And late call of time, Dobeck, and he's sorting it out. But this was not expected, and late time, and whoa! Being calling timeout in baseball is just negotiable. Right?
Yes, it is.
I mean,
There's no doubt.
You never know.
Yeah.
You can call it. Doesn't mean you're going to get it. Nobody gets that pitch. Goes to the backstop. And the runners advance. So Foley not going down without a fight on the west side on a Friday night.
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to our biggest fan down in Florida.
Please.
Mrs. Hope, Debbie Hope, that's a faithful fan after her retirement here at PCA. She's been a great supporter of the boys, especially the ones that came up to the school through grade school. It was their favorite teacher growing up, Money, these boys. So
that's awesome.
Just want to give a shout out to her. She's been great, very supportive of all Plymouth Christian sports. And it's great to see in a small community like this when you have people like that that just, you know, supports these young men, that cares for them. It's really a blessing she is.
Shout out and kudos to her. Fouled back. Shout out and kudos to you as well. Thank you for making this broadcast possible. A reminder from the coach, Tim McAvoy, saying we're not trying to do a lot. And a 2-2 count, a base hit would score a couple. Cooper has other ideas. It's a strikeout for Weaver. So Dobeck is out and a tough out ahead, but for now there's 2 outs and the runners stay put.
Yeah, it's a big out for him there for sure.
Kanar is homered in this game. And that was a solo shot. 7 hits now in the game for Bishop Foley. But the loudest was from this man.
They're putting him on, it looks like.
Okay. Understandable call, and that will bring up Connor Kokonis.
Understandable move, you know, with a guy like that could change the game, you know, in one swing. So
no doubt. No need to mess around with him if you're the Eagles. They'll now get Kokonis. Throw down to second, and a run is going to score. And the attempt to tag at second, tag out DeLotte, and a run's in. So 13-7 now as the Eagles throw through, and an easy run across home plate. Connor Kokonis trying to drive in another. 13-7. They got the runner Kanar, or excuse me, DeLotte fooled a bit. Kanar at first, DeLotte at second. Kokonis the batter. And that's a sharp shot to second. Throw to first, and they got him. Fine play by Janigan. Well aligned defensively to make this play. Credit the scouting on that one. And the fine play by Janigan to end the inning. 1 run does score, but 2 are stranded. 13-7 as we go to the bottom half of the 6th.
In today's ever-changing mortgage lending world, the importance of true professionals has never been greater. At Success Mortgage Partners, we want you to have the experience of a lifetime. Founded and owned by Catholic League alumni, our family-centered business keeps your interest at heart as we help you navigate this turbulent market with ease. If you or a family member has a mortgage need, please call me, Owen Lee, at 734-822-9792.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McKinley scores!
Why not? Welcome back to Plymouth. Chad Bush and Joe Levine with you from Plymouth Christian Academy. 13-7 as we go to the home half of the 6th. And Carson Coles is the new pitcher on the mound for Bishop Foley. Some scores to get to from around this great state of ours. South Lyon East taking on Chippewa Valley. They're tied at, they finished the game at 7-7. All right. Seaholm 15, Farmington 4. The number 1 team in the state of Michigan in Division I, Bay City Western 10, Bay City Central 2. And you see the bounce house and all kinds of fun. They're getting ready for a big soccer match. PCA against Mercy. The Marlins are in the house. Now then, this is Josh Yeager, the batter, the 7-hitter, or the 8-hitter rather, and the junior. And on in relief again is Carson Coles, and he relieves Connor Kokonis. And some defensive changes as well. Kokonis will go to second base. Dobek will go to third base, and Dolat will go to shortstop. All right, glad that's all sorted out. It's the righty Carson Coles against the left-handed hitting Josh Yeager. What do you like about Yeager and what you've seen this year?
Well, yeah, kind of like I mentioned earlier, his ability to just kind of get in the lineup and just go right at it. I mean, obviously came up from the JV from last year. We knew he was capable of playing even last year on the varsity, as you can see on some of his swings earlier in the game. He's got quick hands, and when we start facing pitchers that are throwing a lot harder, he can turn on it. So just having someone, can catch up to the ball, and especially towards the bottom of your lineup, that's huge, to have that power and just, that ability.
Yeah, no breaks in this lineup.
Yeah.
Case in point, this guy, Carter DiTilio in the 9-hole.
Yes.
Who's having a day.
Some guys just see the ball. I think Carter, he just sees the ball really well. He can hit it wherever it's at. No matter where the pitch is, he can just put it where it needs to go.
Pitch gets away. 3 for 3 for DiTilio today, with 2 RBIs in the game. Left-handed hitting with a runner at second in Yeager. Luke Janigan in the on-deck circle, the leadoff man. Change up in the dirt. Fine job by the catcher, Ensley, who's been a busy boy. Looking for his 4th hit today. DiTilio awaits the pitch from Coles. Wind swirling a bit now. Pitch taken low. This is 3rd pitcher today for the Ventures. End of the week, you're running out of arms, and no game till Tuesday, but big tournament here tomorrow, I understand. Father Gabriel Richard in the house. Just one game?
No.
Bishop? No, 2 games.
Yeah, there's 2 games. I have to check. It might just be us, or there might be one other team in that little series we're doing. But
sorry to put you on the spot.
No, yeah,
you're not expected to know that. No, you're not. It's a tournament. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think we do play them. Yeah.
Okay.
It might be another team involved. I can't remember exactly.
Okay, that's all right. Kokonis fields it cleanly, throws to first. to Tortora. It does move the runner along. And so the Ventures finally solve the mystery of Carter DiTilio and getting him out.
Yep.
And that'll bring up Janigan.
Yeah, the benefits of having, multiple left-handed hitters, right? You hit it to the right side, he's on third, so.
Mission accomplished. Janigan with one out. Second baseman fouls it over to that vacant softball field. The PCA Eagles softball team has already won. Country Day's already back in Beverly Hills, and we're still in the 6th. How about it? How lucky are we?
Yeah.
More baseball on a Friday night. What else would you want? Got any big plans tonight after this one?
Nothing big actually tonight.
Might just relax.
Yeah,
huh?
I think so. Such a nice night like this might be the nice, last night's day for a little bit. So
very cool. Infield is in. Yeager at third. Swing and a miss. Foul tipped into the glove of the catcher Ensley. Ventures will have one last shot at bat after this inning's over. Don't forget, we'll have our G of the game after this one's all said and done. A lot of candidates. Infield still drawn in. So the playoffs will start in a couple of weeks. And PCA will find themselves in beautiful Whitmore Lake for the districts. Finished 22-12 last year, did this Eagles team. But it didn't end the way they wanted.
No.
And it's made them hungry for this year. Does Micah talk about that?
Yeah,
guys
he
talk
definitely
about
does.
it? Yeah.
I think that's like when you come from a team that goes all the way, the next year you maybe expect it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Only had one upperclassman last year, one senior last year. So as we all know, definitely seniors help a team take more of the hump.
Sure.
In many ways, contributing, not always on the field, off the field.
That's right.
In the dugout, just that leadership. So it's tough when there's not as many. And I think that now with the ones now that we have and the leadership of them, it will help take the young guys, help them take them over the top for the following year. So
yeah. That experience helps.
Yeah.
As you mentioned, 3 or 4 of the guys already being a part of that state title runner-up team a couple years ago. That's going to pay dividends too. Beasley, the utility guy, multi-sport athlete, just a junior. He's played every position but pitcher this year.
Yes.
As you mentioned earlier.
And he plays them all well, too.
Yeah.
So it's not like we're just throwing him in. He can play everywhere, every position very well. So
that's what Aero Percola said. He said anything this kid tries, he's just really good at.
Yep.
Could roll out throw out a golf club and say, hey, swing this for the first time.
For sure.
Kid's going to lace it 220 down the fairway. Just like you and the commissioner when you guys go out and play.
Yep.
Foul back. Good to see your father here.
Yeah.
The great Larry Sr. Larry Jr. out there somewhere in Tennessee.
Yes, he is. He'll be around probably a couple weeks. So
okay, good. Fouled back, and Beasley wasting away the ones that he doesn't love. Hoping for a juicier ball coming his way. Strike 3 called, and that might mean that John Kibble has reservations perhaps in downtown Plymouth at Campari, and he's got to get out of here.
Yeah, it sure might be the case.
So, Or perhaps he's got to pick up a pizza from Jets in Westland. So he's got to get there before 7:30. He's got to hustle.
Yeah,
But they're actually
exactly.
open until 10:30 tonight, right? 10
Yes,
or 10:30?
11.
11,
Yeah.
okay. This is the pitcher, Cooper Weaver.
Yeah, that's like our relief pitcher there.
Time is called.
He's hungry to take over the fence right now, I believe. So
He looks hungry. He's got runners in scoring position. Pitch is going to get beyond the catcher. Wild pitch, throw home, not in time. Run scores. It's run 14. And the Eagles are now doubling up the ventures. Into score comes Yeager. And there's still one out there for Cooper Weaver. And trouble now for Coles trying to find the zone. Coles, a senior. Plays in the infield, outfield, kind of does it all. Weaver trying to find something. And that is going to get to the backstop, and another run's going to score. It's now 15-7. That's an 8-run lead. And Weaver says, there goes my RBIs.
yeah.
Well, there's only one way to get an RBI here. And he almost did it. Fly ball, left field, fairly deep, blowing back, but Morawski has a beat on it. And that's how this inning ends. Another run is added. 2 more runs are added, and it's an 8-run lead. We go to the 7th. Final call for Foley after this.
As the voice of Michigan's student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports should be played.
We are responsible for helping the MHSAA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
In which interscholastic athletes can thrive. We believe that athletes should be competitive,
sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
we believe that students in the stands should have fun,
but not take away the focus from the game.
We believe coaches should act like teachers.
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
And support their child's decisions.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports.
And respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports
while keeping a high level of respect between all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss.
McGinley scores!
Seventh inning, final shot for Bishop Foley to try to get into this lead. It's been a commanding lead most of the day for Plymouth Christian Academy, looking to win their 9th straight game and go to 10-1 in this fine month of May that's felt oh so right for the boys from Plymouth, looking to make a run. State tournament in Division 4, number 4 in the polls this latest week, their highest ranking this year, and perhaps will clinch the MIAC title on Tuesday against Oakland Christian. 1 up, 1 down, ground out to Janigan, and a clean effort there. So this will bring up Nolan Morawski, the left fielder, who has a hit in this game. So Weaver trying to close out what Micah Levine started on the mound. We got a football score on this Friday night. Swing and a miss. The Eagles went for 2. Got it. One of the TDs.
Yeah.
Never too early to talk football, is it?
No, never.
Is Micah going to miss doing the soccer, football?
Yeah, there's no
two
doubt he's
sports
going
in
to miss
one?
that, yeah. Especially because such a great run with soccer. It was,
sure.
You know, to kind of cap off his senior year, a lot of great moments. So.
Well, yeah, we've talked about nice play by Weaver for out number 2. We've talked about getting to the state championship game in baseball, but I mean, they did it in soccer this year.
Yeah.
So that's quite the experience.
Yes, it was. So Mike and his brother both played on that team, Leo. So,
That's right.
Yeah.
So that was a sophomore?
Yep. He was a sophomore, first team all conference, so he was pretty excited about
cool.
that and tried to follow after his older brother, you know.
Yes. The challenges, are they very competitive? Are they all competitive? Some competitive with each other? I know there's some age gaps,
yeah,
but
they're a couple years. I mean, they are somewhat.
yeah,
but
respectfully competitive.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
They got each other's backs, but
Yeah,
if they're
for
going
sure.
one-on-one in the driveway,
Yes, that's a different story.
They're not
yeah.
going to take it easy on each
No.
other. So the final hope for Bishop Foley is upon us. This is with 2 outs in the 7th inning. Cooper Weaver trying to close it out. And this is the young man that started the day on the mound for Bishop Foley and had a solid showing, Steven Tortora. The final hope for Foley. Will try to win their Catholic League championship next week. Just like PCA's in line to win their MIAC championship back-to-back years. That'll be in 3 straight years, I believe. Off-speed pitch inside. Don't forget we'll have our G of the game after this one's over. 2-2 the count with 2 outs. Deuces are wild in Plymouth. Fly ball right field. Hit hard but right at Yeager, who ends the game with a catch head high. And the PCA Eagles win their 9th game in a row and go to 10-1 in the month of May and go to 17-6 on the year. Meanwhile, Bishop Foley falls to 7-10 on the season. Joe, thanks so much for doing this, man. We really appreciate it. Thanks for bringing us here.
Yes, it's always our pleasure to have you guys come, for sure.
Yep, appreciate all you do for the young men and women of Plymouth Christian Academy.
Thank you.
And for the prep. We'll take a timeout. We'll have our G of the game after this one. Back with more on the post game right after this.
Hi, I'm Nick DePonio, and this is HVAC.
We are the MHSAA, a collection of 750 high schools and 750 middle schools, from Temperance to Copper Harbor, from New Buffalo to Alpena. Each year, more than 250,000 students play one of our 28 sports. More than 1.5 million fans attend our postseason games. There are 30,000 coaches and 8,000 officials, not to mention all of the volunteers. The MHSAA believes in the 4 S's: School sports should be safe and kept in the appropriate scope. We believe nothing beats great sportsmanship, and that scholarship in the classroom is more important than excellence on the field or court. Most of all, we believe school sports should be fun. So come out and join us at a game. Support your school, support your community, and come see what the excitement is all about.
The store is set up. He's got the order, and he's off. It's a full court press. These brands are knocking it out of the park. This, my friends, is the speed we've come to expect from this team. Just look at the precision of that move. And it's out of here.
Look, everybody wanna go and talk it. At the same time, gotta walk it. Better yet, run, go, hit a lick, divvy up with my homies, and we do it all again.
What makes people stand in this line like this for 3 hours? Because we're not Dunkin' Donuts or Tim Hortons. These donuts are made fresh daily, and it's made with love and consistency. We got the same ingredients. It didn't change. The people know that, and that's why they standing out there.
At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, we're your financial guardian angel. We're here to help you achieve your dreams. A new home, a Catholic education, that business you are working to build. We're here to support the goals of your family, your retirement, and the community that surrounds you. We're here to offer your trusted financial services inspired by Catholic values. And like your guardian angel, we'll always be by your side. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
Four wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
Well, the Eagles win this thing in grand fashion, 15-7. They got things going early with Levine on the mound. Steady force. 3 in the first. The Eagles would give themselves a nice cushion for Levine to work. And it was coming from all kinds of sources, but Levine would bag 3 hits on the day and 4 RBIs to pace the offense. But there were more. Weaver was big at the dish. And there were also multi-hits in this ball game by Yeager. DeTilio 3 for 3 with a couple RBIs. A true collective effort. Fernandez with a couple RBIs. Shalak with a couple. And a great team effort. But slots 2 through 4 with 8 of the RBIs in this ball game for PCA. Foley would put up a fight. They would come back and give themselves a chance. They cut the lead in half, 12-6. Played a little long ball and chipped away. Showed some scrappiness, but in the end, PCA too much, too good. They win their 9th straight game in a row, go to 10-1 in the month of May, a dominating month for Plymouth Christian, the number 4 team in the state of Michigan in Division 4. We'll come back with our G of the game. Tough choice. We'll find out who it is right after this. Thanks for watching. We're the Prep.
Ever-changing mortgage lending world, the importance of true professionals has never been greater. At Success Mortgage Partners, we want you to have the experience of a lifetime. Founded and owned by Catholic League alumni, our family-centered business keeps your interest at heart as we help you navigate this turbulent market with ease. If you or a family member has a mortgage need, please call me, Owen Lee, at 734-822-9792.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
Four wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
The store is set up. He's got the order, and he's off. It's a full court press. These brands are knocking it out of the park. This, my friends, is the speed we've come to expect from this team. Just look at the precision of that move, and it's out of here.
Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. Every game, every meet, every match. Without officials, there'd be no touchdowns, no three-pointers, no face-offs. Without officials, there'd be no games. Officiating is a great way to give back to your community and stay involved with the sports you love. And officials are needed now more than ever, because without officials, it's just practice.
Welcome back to Plymouth Christian Academy. It's time for our player of the game. We call him the G of the game. And undoubtedly a tough choice today, but Michael Levine, our G of the game. 5Ks, you get through 3 innings, you get the win. What a stretch for you guys. What's it feel like winning 9 games in a row right now as you go down to the final part of your regular season?
Well, we're on a roll right now. We are very hot, and even though we didn't have our best game today, our greatest game defensively, I think we still came out with the win, so it's great. But hopefully we can win 2 tomorrow. So
such a balanced offense and lineup. There's really no breaks. They put you in the 6th spot. I'm sure they could have put you at the 2 or at the 9. But speak to the depth of this team.
Well, I'm actually fine with being in the 6th spot because I actually have a lot more RBIs this year than last year. So I kind of like it because, it evened out the lineup, so we're, good all around, you know what I'm saying? So, our team, I think we're a lot more deep this year than last year. So we got a lot of good seniors this year and juniors, too. So we're going to make a good run, hopefully.
You guys are swinging the bat so well. 4 RBIs for you today, hitting the ball. You've had a grand slam already this year. What's been the difference for you having to adjust from another sport coming in to play your 4th sport this year?
Yeah. It's not easy, but, because I'm always, everyone's already training before me and stuff, so, it's a lot of work to, get back into it. So, yeah, I'm back into it now, but, at the beginning of the year, I was struggling a little bit, so.
And you weren't the only one. It's a transition period. Last question for you. Congratulations on your choice, Schoolcraft College. How excited are you, and what's the opportunity ahead for you?
Yeah, I'm very excited. The coach is a good guy, and hopefully I can start freshman year, but we'll see how it goes.
Congratulations on an outstanding career academically, athletically, and 4-sport start at this school. Congratulations. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
There he is, Michael Levine, our G of the game. A big day. He goes to 5-0 on the mound, 4 RBIs, 3 for 3, doing it all for the 4-sport athlete at PCA. That'll wrap it up for our coverage today. I want to say thank you to all the folks for making this broadcast possible. I want to thank our sponsor, Jets Pizza. And I want to thank Derek Delgado for joining us in the booth. Also want to thank Joe Levine for joining us in the booth. And special thanks to our crew, Alex Westfall, your executive producer, Evan Westfall on replay, Rob Hunter on graphics, CJ Easterling on audio, Mike Batchus on camera, Kyle Buchanan on camera, Pat Bush, or Pat the Stat as we call him, on statistics. My name is Chad Bush saying so long from Plymouth, Michigan. Your final score today, the Eagles win their 9th in a row with a 15-7 win over Bishop Foley. Have a great night, everybody. Thanks for watching. So long.